Ball over. I mean, he has the clear chance. He has the clear chance. No, count. Let me finish.
So those kind of stats piss me off when they come, you know, when they bring them up. It's just like, that's a jinx, man. Why do you have to talk about this now? But
keeping injuries down. I know people have gone on about if we lose Lukaku, it could be a bit of a situation. I hope to God it doesn't happen that way, but I just don't know.
It could be Kepa because he made the save. People would say Kovačić, he was okay. I mean, he done what Kovačić does, but
fancy as well. They've never gotten relegated. What do you think about that?
Sergio,
Is that something you'd like to follow? Yeah.
Do you know what?
Diego, like he was consistently performing for us season.
I think you're missing the point, man. I think you're missing the point.
He's gonna play as a 9. Kai is the second. We only have two main lines in the team.
Michael, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Mount, and Havertz if they blame behind the tackle. So the tackle's got to find the way.
If you have an agreement, that means there's a pre-contract or something that like we agree on this one. They just went to announce it. Let's just
but
that little touch, but listen, the little touch that he gets are more vital
To this particular style. Anyway.
Sorry guys, that was good connection.
Yo. Big up to everyone. Welcome to the Blue Lounge. Welcome to the stream. Why am I getting feedback? I've only been live for a couple of seconds. Let me just mute everybody. How you guys doing? I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm sorry for being late, but we had some administration work to get done before we went into the stream. So big up to everyone and thank you all for waiting. We have a couple of topics that we're going to be addressing today. Before we address the topics, I want to say big up and congratulations and well done to the women Chelsea football team for winning the FA Cup against defeating Arsenal in the final at Wembley. Fantastic achievement, fantastic performance, and the Chelsea women, they're they're getting better and better and better every game, every season. Emma Hayes is doing a fantastic job with the ladies. May it continue, and hopefully we'll see them picking up that Champions League trophy in the near future. Big up to them and congratulations to us Chelsea fans. Big up to everybody in the chat. The vibe, mate. Your caps lock. I don't know if you're shouting, if you're angry. Just take that caps lock off. Appreciate that. Big up to you, the vibe. Ramos Blue Lounge. Hurry up, Blue Lounge. Andale. Hey, James Paul. Big up to you. I know, I apologize. I'm sorry. Hawkeyes. Big up to you, Hawkeyes. Big up to you. It's good to see you in the chat. Moe, big up to Mo. Big up to Stephen. And always a pleasure to have Angel in the chat. I've seen a lot of caps locks here from the vibes. So yeah, mate. Abdul B, big up to you. Bright Guy, big up to you. Am I missing anyone? John Galt, big up to John. One of the first 100 subscribers on the Blue Lounge. At the time it was Baggy TV. Mary Pierce, big up to you. Welcome. You know what? Every time I do the stream, we're getting more and more people coming in and saying hello at the start of the stream. So thank you to everyone who's here. I want to ask you all to do me a big favor and hit that like button so we get the stream off to a fantastic start. So if you haven't hit that like button, get it out of the way so you don't have to keep on thinking about hitting it. And if you are new, consider subscribing. Hit that subscription button and become part of this family, this Chelsea family. All right, let's say hello to my panelists. We got Boogeyman. Boogeyman, welcome back. I hope you've had a good trip. And welcome back to the panel.
Yo, thanks for having me. Yeah, I had a little weird trip. I missed my flight was canceled because
Wow.
of snowstorms. But I mean, it was delayed 18 hours. But other than that, I'm good, man.
Well, it's good
That's
to
our
have you
life.
back.
Yeah, that's a
It's
life
good
in
to have you
Canada.
back, Boogie. And to be fair, a lot of the people in the chat were missing you over the past couple of streams. Like, where's Boogie? Where's Boogie? You know,
So I
we need
miss them
some
too.
Boogie in our lives, man. You know, so it's
I
good,
miss them too. I miss
good to
them
have
too.
you
Thanks
back.
for having me, man. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Welcome back, Max Burton. You've also been away. I know you've been busy. Welcome back. Hope you're doing good.
Yeah, all good, thanks, all good. As I say, no boogie, no party. So,
No boogie.
yeah, interesting
Big
to
up to you.
be part of the chat today.
Yeah, no, big up to you, Max. It's always good to have you on. Bobby Smoke Signals, welcome to the panel. Welcome to the stream. How you doing, my man?
Yeah, big up, guys. Thanks for having me as always. Mo, I've noticed I haven't even featured in your intros. I was thinking, gosh, I talk so much.
You are on my intros.
Oh, am I? Okay.
You are.
It's all good.
I've got you in my intro twice. I've got you in the first clip with Boogeyman and Couch, and then you're jumping in, and then right at the end with Couch signing off the stream, and then you're in the background telling him I'm having internet connection issues and I'm going to lag out.
Right. Okay.
So it's,
Me
you're
and
there.
Boogeyman, that should be lively.
No, you're there. And I always make a point of having your avatar in my intros. Check it again, Bobby. Check it again. Sure. All right, we got Kasim and lads. I'm gonna have to do something about Kasim because his stream is really late and he's keeping my panelists up till the early hours of the morning. Man, he's damaging my stream, so I got to do something about this. Kasim, what am I gonna do about you, mate? What am I gonna do about you?
Well, I cannot stream same time as you anymore. It's just respect, isn't it? So I've decided to stream after you. When you finish, I stream, innit?
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
We can stream both at the same time, can't we?
Excuses.
I'm not. I'm just trying. Respect. Big up, Boogeyman. How are you, bro? Yeah.
Kasim, I'm good. I mean, just 2 seconds, Mo Kasim. I saw it was a small video of your son dribbling through.
Man United.
Was it against Manchester United, right?
Yeah.
Yo, you have a really skilled kid, man. Take care.
Yeah, he's very, very good. Yeah. He's got high potential. Yeah. I think he will be wanted by Man City, but because we live far away from Man City, from Manchester, I couldn't send him there. When he get a bit older, maybe things change. Move. Don't know yet. We don't know yet.
Yo, keep doing whatever you're doing, man.
Yeah. Thank you, Boogeyman.
Big up.
I'm fine. Thanks for having me, Mo. Appreciate that, mate.
No, my pleasure. Amir has a big future in football, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Eric Blue, Mr. Sexy Voice himself. Welcome to the stream. How are you?
I'm doing much better than yesterday. Big up to everyone in the panel. Big up to the chat. Yeah, just happy to be here for another stream.
Fantastic.
That's Don Cornelius of Soul Train.
You know what I'm saying? Big up.
Yeah, Max will remember that. Max, remember that.
Yeah.
That's what he sounds like.
We have MDT in the house. Mo, big up to you. Welcome. How are you?
I'm good, Mo. Thank you for having me. And big up to all the panel. And Boogeyman, before you say anything, even I disagree with anything you're going to say, and even everything you're thinking about. I disagree.
Spot on. Well said. All right. Today we are joined by one of the big fans of the channel. Always in the chat, always supporting the account on Twitter. Big up to CFC Stephen. How are you, my man?
I'm good. How is everyone doing? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, all good. Thanks.
Pleasure. Welcome. It's good to have you on the panel tonight, Steve.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
My pleasure. guys, today we have some topics, two big topics, and these two big topics are gonna have again other smaller ones that interlocked with them. The first one I want to talk about is Romelu Lukaku. How do we best utilize him moving forward? The second-ish topic is the fact that Real Madrid are selling or have revealed the asking price they have for Eden Hazard, which is £21 million. Would he be a good addition to Chelsea Football Club, and would he be the tool that can best ignite Romelu Lukaku in his goal conversion issue, if there is an issue, because again we're going to be discussing that. So Eden Hazard, Romelu Lukaku, and then we're going to round up the fixtures for December, expectations for the upcoming month, and what we need to do in order for us to have a good month of December. So that is really what we're talking about tonight, in a nutshell. The first question that I want to pose to my panelists, and today, lads, I'm not going to go one by one. It's going to be an open discussion. The question is, what do we need to do to get Romelu Lukaku firing on all cylinders, to start converting some of these chances? Because yes, Romelu Lukaku has been injured. Yes, he was doing okay before his injury. He wasn't doing brilliant. He got goals, but he wasn't really, ripping up trees, as Bobby would say. But he was doing okay. Since his injury, he's come back. I think he's had 3 appearances from the bench. The last one was a full half of football, and he didn't really do nothing in the last match. So let me hear your thoughts on how we can best utilize Romelu Lukaku. What do we need to do to get Romelu Lukaku firing on all cylinders? And this question is to everyone. It's open to the panel.
Yeah, first of all, we need to get him fit. That's all we need to do. The guy, don't play him when he's not fit, okay? Because yesterday he shouldn't have come on. Yesterday, although I'm not a great advocate for Timo Werner, I think Werner or Pulisic would have been better served coming on instead of him. Yeah. We need to stop playing him as a target man as well, because he's at Inter Milan. I'll send you this heat map of him for Inter Milan. I think I've got it here somewhere. I will put it into the group. You can get it later. I haven't got it up at the moment. But in the middle, he's a bit too static, isn't he? So when he was at Inter Milan, he was running the lines a bit more. If you look at the system that Conte played, he didn't play. It was a different 3-5-2 from what was adopted by Thomas Tuchel. So he was 3-4-3. He played more of a 3-5-2, didn't he? So he was working with Lautaro Martinez as in a 2. So maybe the best is a slight change of shape, where you have him working off someone like whether it be a Werner, whether it be a Havertz or somebody else in a 2 rather than in like a 3-4-3 system that we play. So maybe that's another option as well. But we do need to find a way to get him in. It's quite funny because we've got when Werner plays, we've got someone who runs a lot but doesn't score. When Lukaku plays on form, we got a player who scores a lot but doesn't run. So it's finding that conundrum, finding that right balance for the team. I'll send you the heat map in a minute. I'll let someone else get a step in.
Okay. All right. I want to hear from Boogie, because Boogie has a controversial perspective when it comes to Lukaku. So let's hear from Boogie.
Yeah, thanks. Lukaku, I think Max just said something that I find a little contradictory because Lukaku should not be in the center. Lukaku should be running the aisle, but at the same time, Lukaku does not run. So what do we do with him? If Lukaku, the other thing is, I don't think Tuchel send Lukaku and send Havertz in and tell Havertz, don't stay in the middle. Or send Lukaku in and tell Lukaku, stay in the middle. No, Lukaku himself knows that if he moves away from the middle, he's not going to be able to run back because he's not as, how do you say this? He's not a runner. He's not going to be, how do you say, he move out. It will take him more time to come back in. So he's the one that limiting himself. I don't think Tuchel is giving any instruction to Lukaku not to move. If Lukaku wants to be part of that three offensive lineup that we have, Lukaku can go on even if Cho is the one playing the left wing, the wing back, or no, not the wing back, the winger. Lukaku can go there. Cho will move away. Lukaku can move as much as freely as much. That's what Tuchel's system is about. Lukaku himself does not move.
I'm just trying to understand something.
Yeah.
You want to see Lukaku play a wider role?
No.
Is that what you're saying?
No, let me make this clear. I think Tuchel always put three front line, three strikers in front. Whatever they decide to do between them, that's their business. So I think if Lukaku is able to move on either as a winger or left or right, he will do it. And you will see either Pulisic will switch back in or either whoever will switch back in. It's because Lukaku himself is limited himself. Lukaku does not find himself, see himself as a winger. That's why he's always in that middle.
Yeah.
I don't think
I saw. Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. I saw Lukaku playing. I'm just trying to remember the game. It was just before the Malmo game where he got injured. Do you guys remember who we played?
No, it was the Malmo game.
No, I'm talking about the game before the Malmo game that he played. Who was that against?
It was Juventus.
Southampton.
Okay.
Southampton? Okay.
I think it was Southampton. He actually played a little bit wider, and he was crossing that ball in. He crossed the ball in a couple of times.
He crossed that ball. Nobody was in the box.
But it wasn't that there was nobody in the box. It was that the fact that he was missing the box. He was crossing it so high that no one could get to it. Lukaku can't cross the ball. That's not one of his attributes. Lukaku doesn't have the ability to generate a long pass, a long pass. He can he can pass the ball in small areas in the box. But he can't cross that ball. So having him playing out wide for me, he hasn't been doing it. His crosses have been poor. I would rather see him on the end of a cross than to see him crossing that ball in, especially with our front line. The only player that has height is Havertz. Everyone else is relatively short. Mason Mount, Ziyech, Pulisic, Callum. Havertz has a little bit of height on him, but the rest of them, they don't. So I'd rather see him being on the end of a cross rather than seeing him crossing that ball in. We have with us today, guys, Hawkes. Am I pronouncing it right? Hawkes? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, that's right. Thanks.
Hawkes. No, Thanks. It's my pleasure, mate. It's my pleasure. Listen, lads, Hawkes is a Chelsea YouTuber.
Yeah.
He is up and coming. I actually saw his channel yesterday. Wow. He retweeted one of my tweets, and I'm like, I gotta see who this guy is. And I checked his account. I saw his channel. He has good content. He has a nice channel which is growing. So hopefully we can give him a voice on the Blue Lounge and hopefully to better and bigger things on your channel, Hawkes. Welcome to the stream. Welcome,
mate. Welcome.
Thank you.
Sorry, can I step in as well? Sorry. Hi, guys.
Yes, you can.
I disagree with you, Baggy, on the crossing. Lukaku can cross the ball, and I've seen him cross the ball to good effect for when he was playing both at AC Milan and for Belgium. And even sometimes for Manchester United, if you go back and look at some of his footage, some of his assists, you can see that he can cross the ball. And the reason why Boogeyman, I'm saying about if you look at the way how he played at AC and Chelsea, is it? And somebody said it in the chat as well, which I was going to say. I think it might have been, was it Abdul, who said, look, he does. He what's stopping him now from running the channels? Because he used to do that at Inter Milan. So I think it's maybe the instructions he's getting from the manager. So why wouldn't he do that? Is he being instructed to stay in the middle or something? I don't know. But one thing I would say about him actually is that for me, if you look at the difference between how he looks now to how he looked at Inter, he doesn't look as trim, does he? He's a bit more heavier now. He looks to me like he was in his Manchester United times, just a bit more heavier around. So
since he came back from the injury, Max, before the injury he was all right, but since he's been injured, he has gained a few pounds.
Yeah, but you know what as well? If you look, because you mentioned that game just before the Malmo game, and I thought he was finding his feet now. I think the players were getting used to him. He was getting used to the players. The first 20 minutes of the Malmo game as well, I thought that his movement, he was running about a bit more. His movement, his interchange, it was very good. But then it got interrupted by the injury. So the injury has taken him back again. So he's starting again from square one. So that's something we need to bear in mind as well. Is so it's going to take time, and it does. And I still don't think he's fit enough. Otherwise, if he was fit enough yesterday, he would have been playing. He just yesterday. I don't know why Thomas. As I said, I don't know why Thomas Tuchel put the guy on. The guy was a passenger. He was a literal passenger yesterday. He shouldn't have been on that pitch.
Yeah, I mean, Spy sort of hit the nail on the head with him. Had it been in the days when we had the old football combination leagues, he would have gone in there to play to get his fitness. I think the key, even taking from what Boogeyman said, the key to Lukaku has got to be to work on his fitness. And that's what Antonio Conte did with him. He worked on his fitness because at the moment, the way he lacks mobility in that front three is hampering him and hampering the team. Because Tuchel doesn't play with a stagnant front three. One of Chelsea's strengths is the mobility of their front three. And that's why when Lukaku comes on, I'm not really referring to the game yesterday, but in the past, when he came on, or rather when he played, we looked less potent than we have done in recent times. Now, if we have him super fit, and able to run the flanks as well as run down the middle, I'm sure he would score a lot of goals. So the issue is his fitness. Can we fix it quickly? That's the problem, isn't it?
I have a question. I have a question. I think loads of people are saying we need Lukaku to run the flanks. We need him to to go wide and stuff. That wouldn't make him score more goals. It wouldn't make Lukaku score more goals. I think the only thing people are thinking of is how it can actually make the team play more fluid. Yeah, but it wouldn't make Lukaku score more goals if he actually goes to the flanks. And what people forget is that most teams that play against Chelsea, first of all, I need to remind you guys that we play a very kind of slow football. We're not really direct at all. So when we're playing with a player like Lukaku and we cannot release those passes quickly, we cannot give our runners balls to go through the flanks or stuff, that low block gets so organized that at the end of the day, you've got one big Lukaku staying with two center-backs that there's no space for actually no one to pierce through. We play the ball so slow. I know people might just look at it, it's Lukaku, but you also need to look at the way we build up, the way we play. So I think if you guys saw Kai Havertz as well, I think the day before, let's just use the last game for the reference. Kai Havertz played 45 minutes. We didn't create a single chance for Kai Havertz. The only chance we created was Reece James' cross. And Kai Havertz had a very nice connection on the ball, got to the goalkeeper. We didn't create anything for him as well. We're slow creating. It's not like we create okay, Kai Havertz has been playing for the past 6-7 games, has got how many goals? Just 1 goal or 2 goals. And we're talking about Lukaku doesn't make us play well, this, that. We do not create for the forward. We do not create for the strikers. And that is the main point. It is not Lukaku. It is not anybody you put in that place. You put Harry Kane there. You put Lewandowski there. There is nobody you're going to put there that will still score you goals. If you don't create for your forwards, they wouldn't score. Now it could be
I don't know what Chelsea you've been watching, but that show that we've been creating more chances than probably any other team in the Premier League.
Okay.
And our problem is to finish those chances. That's why we put Lukaku in the first place.
Great.
So I don't know what you've been watching, but the stats don't say that at all.
But since when the Lukaku has been playing, how many chances have you created for him?
Yeah, but that's why we're saying, for some reason, Lukaku is doing something that Werner was not doing, or Werner is doing a lot of stuff that Lukaku cannot do. The fact is, we create a lot of chances. We just think Lukaku is a better finisher. If Lukaku can be just a little mobile as Kai Havertz, you say Kai Havertz did not have too many chances against West Ham. Kai Havertz touched the ball in the box many times. He just have that header. Like if we're thinking, if Lukaku with his physique has a chance to touch that ball, has control over that ball in the box with his physique, he'll be able to drag that ball all the way to the net. That's why we brought Lukaku. We just want Lukaku to be mobile enough to receive the ball in the box and just create panic or move those defenders, scare them away, and score goals. That's the role of Lukaku. But for some reason, when Lukaku is playing for us, Lukaku does not receive all those chances. So why? Because
that's Boogie. Hold on. You see, I understand what Hawke is saying in regards to chance creation. When Lukaku is playing, we are creating less than when Lukaku isn't playing. When Lukaku is playing, I mean, and the thing is, I think he used a bad example in regards to the last game with Havertz, because the last game was a bad game. We played poorly in that game. But generally, when Lukaku isn't on the pitch, the 3 attackers up front create a ton of chances, but they don't seem to be able to finish a ton of chances. However, when Lukaku is not playing, we don't create those chances. Because if we created those chances that we are creating when he isn't playing, then he will be able to bang them away and he will be able to convert the chances. But when he's playing, we are not creating the chances. And this is why I'm asking, how do we best utilize Lukaku? Because I want us to be able to create those chances with him on that pitch.
Mo, those chances.
No,
we do that?
Can I say something?
I just want to finish this major point. Those chances aren't being created when Lukaku is on the pitch because of his immobility. And that's all down to his fitness. And when we talk of him running the flanks, it's not staying out there like a winger, but it's being expansive in attack. When he's not on the pitch, the attack is expansive.
Diagonal ones, Bobby? Diagonal ones? Is that what you're talking about? Try to come in from different angles? I can see that.
Yeah, and that's the problem. And, you know, what happens is that in his absence, that sort of opportunity falls to people like Werner, who balloons it, and so on. And of course, even Pulisic has wasted a few. Mount has wasted a few. And Havertz himself. But it's chance creativity. We're right up there. And he was brought in to finish those chances. And he can't finish those chances if he's not fit to keep up with the pace of the Chelsea attacking play.
All right, fair enough. MDT, let me hear it.
Yeah, I just want to say that for me, like you guys said, I don't think because of they cancelled that Premier League, they used to have the reserve league. So now it's difficult for players to gain fitness quicker after injury. You have to play them 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there until they get back. I believe Chelsea should organize behind closed door friendlies like they do in Germany to get players back to fitness. But what I was going to say, people are talking about chance creation. Our biggest chance creators in this team are our wing backs, Kovačić, Callum, and Ziyech. How many games have Lukaku played with all of these people? Because I know Kovačić did 2 of his assists. So people keep going on about chance creation. When Reece James doesn't play well, we don't create much. So that's the thing. True. How many games has he played with our chance creators? Because Callum is the top of the chance creator, then you have the wing backs. How many games has Lukaku played with our chance creator? First of all, that's what you do. To say he doesn't move, Boogeyman is dreaming. Lukaku moved for Belgium all his career. The only places where he didn't move is where the managers told him to play as a static number 9. Manchester United and now. All his career has been moving. Another player that will find Lukaku and see him quicker than anybody. He's not one of our favorites. It's Ross Barkley. Ross Barkley, in 5 minutes on the pitch, found Lukaku twice. So if Ross Barkley can find Lukaku, what happened with other players behind him? So sometimes it's all easy to say Lukaku. Lukaku is stagnant. Ross Barkley can find him. But Lukaku was in the same position. Kai couldn't find him. Mount couldn't find him. Cho couldn't find him. What's going on? So all these things is the players we have behind him. They are chance creators, but they're young. They're young. What we expecting from them, they're not much. Ross Barkley is 27, 28. He's been playing, but that's his role. Ross Barkley has played there all his life. That's why Ross Barkley can pass those kind of pass. We don't like him, but that's the fact. We have young players. Do they even... This is the thing. They're young. They're going to learn how to do it. So Lukaku needs to improve his fitness. For me, we'll improve his fitness first. Let's get our main players, the creators, to play with Lukaku. Then we'll judge Lukaku. But if Lukaku doesn't move, he's slow, he's whatever. Boogie, you're drinking something. That's not accurate. Look at the guy's career. Look at the guy's career. You're basing everything on 2 games. Yeah. This is the same thing they did to Andy Cole. They stereotype him. You should stop this.
Speaking on
look at the guy's career before you start talking this kind of thing. This is the reason why people take words like this and run with it.
Let me hear from Eric. Let me hear from Eric.
Yeah, I just wanted to say happy birthday to Ross Barkley. He's 28 today.
Big up.
Yeah, I know Boogeyman's happy. I actually agree with what Hawkes. It's Hawkes, right? Hawkes. Yeah, I agree with what he said about Lukaku. I really do. I don't think. I mean, we're creating chances, but there's still a chance creation problem. The quality of chances isn't great. We can't really compare ourselves with teams like Liverpool and Man City. You can see that they create a lot of chances, clear-cut chances. Obviously, they don't play with strikers, so it's a different scenario. But even if you want to talk about just chance creation in general for anybody to score, it's not where it could be. You know, it could be much better than it is now. And we don't really have people we can rely on to create the chances, and we don't have people we can rely on to score goals consistently. And the teams we're competing with have, Man City have like 6 or 7, and Liverpool have Mo Salah, they have Mane, they have Jota. So we have to consider these things and see what Tuchel needs to. I think the whole point of this stream is, I think everybody agrees that we need some kind of partnership for Lukaku. He needs somebody to connect with. I think Kovačić was MDT mentioned. Kovačić was the guy who was connecting with Lukaku. He had the best,
Tuchel said it as well.
Yeah, he was the one who was finding Lukaku. I think most of the goals he scored was because of Kovačić. Did you say Ross Barkley?
Said Ross Barkley.
No. Tuchel said Kovačić and Mount have great chemistry with Lukaku.
Yeah, but I don't think so yet. Although Tuchel may be saying that, I just think the problem is as what MDT sort of stole my thunder when I was going to say. It's about finding that right chemistry. How many times have you seen Lukaku make the run? The reason why people think he's static is because he's not getting. Yes. He's making the runs, but he's not getting.
Yes,
the ball
but no one is passing the ball.
Exactly.
That is the problem.
And the difference is, like someone like Kai Havertz has been in the club for a bit longer, so they understand his runs and everything else. Why, if he was a bad striker, why has his goals not dried out for Belgium? For Belgium, he looks a totally different player than he does for Chelsea. So the issue.
It's slightly easier to bang him in against Estonia and Lithuania.
No, but he has.
No, but he's played against.
He has Kevin De Bruyne creating chances for him.
Yes, De Bruyne is always finding those passes. Any run he makes, okay, when he came to the side, I think you guys always saw him, stretching that arm, trying to make that run. Yeah. But after 2, 3, 4 games, you're stretching the arm, you discourage of even making runs. It kills the vibe. It kills the energy. Okay, for example, our midfielders prefer to play the short left and right pass instead of, getting that over the head ball, just, finding that run. So that thing kills the chemistry a little bit. So I understand the fact that we need to find that, consistent, combined cohesion in that front three, in the midfield. At least it will make everyone know how to play. It will know when players are making runs. But as well, I think Tuchel needs to give that instruction to the squad, be it the centre backs, right from the 3-man centre back to the wing backs, to always play direct passes, to look for that run. Just trust the passes. Trust the passes. It doesn't have to be clear before you make those passes. Make the passes, make the long passes. It could cause half chances. It could release people. It will create spaces. We don't have to get the ball right to the front of the opposition area before we can, break through them like we're breaking sandwich or something. So,
sorry, Hollick. Is it Hollick?
Okay.
Is it Hollick? Okay, sorry. Okay. Sorry,
Yeah.
Can I just steal your thunder here? You see,
Yeah.
even Werner, this is why I defend Werner sometimes. We
Yeah.
don't release the ball over the top quick enough. It's 2, 3
Yeah.
passes there, whatever. We pass around. Jorginho will take 3, 4 touches. Kova has started doing it now. We don't do it. Van Dijk, as soon as he receives the ball, it's over the top. Over the top. Werner does the run, but he doesn't get the ball. Lukaku does the run, he doesn't get the ball. We build slowly.
Thiago Silva and Rudiger are the only two people in that squad that make those direct runs, that break the defense. Just these two players. Imagine we got a player like Pulisic, always wants to run off the back line. Players like Werner always wants to run off the back line, but no one is throwing the pass.
My son Zane makes a good point. He always says Chelsea tend to ruin strikers. We buy these strikers in. Either we don't have a plan for them, or we don't play to their strengths. And the last striker to do something for us was probably Costa, and even he went through a barren spell, didn't he? He had a purple patch, and he went through a barren spell.
Fabregas.
Yeah.
Made Costa work.
Yeah, Fabregas. Yeah, exactly. Fabregas had that. When Fabregas wasn't in the side, Costa wasn't as effective. So you have to feed on service, unless we're buying somebody like a Lionel Messi or a Ronaldo in his plum who can do things on their own, dribble past 2 or 3 players, and Mbappe or someone like that. Yeah, but when you're buying like a striker, a number 9 sort of thing, you need service. You've got to have the service. If you're not getting the service, you're not going to see the output.
We create chances. Before we can create chances, Ziyech has to come really deep to make those passes. Mason Mount has to come really deep to put those long passes. We need to start.
I just think you guys just trying to find excuses. Listen, we buy Lukaku. Lukaku is 28 years old. When we criticize Mount, when we criticize Havertz, when we criticize all those strikers, what is our defense? He's young. Lukaku came to this team. We know he's playing between young players, and he is the adult. Lukaku should be able to adapt himself. He proved himself in Serie A. This is EPL. He proved himself in Belgium team, where, like someone alluded to 2 seconds ago, Belgium that play against the Latvia or whatever those country names is. This is EPL.
And he proved himself in EPL. He has. Look at his Everton record. Look at his Everton record. Even look at his Manchester United record. When people said that he wasn't playing well, he still had a good record. Go and look at before you come and talk your nonsense. Go and look at the facts. Go and look at the facts. No, go.
Man, you call it nonsense. Look, you won't see any.
You said he hasn't proven himself in the Premier League. He has proven himself.
You will not see any Manchester United fan that want Lukaku back to Manchester United. It's saying everything. They did
the same thing. They did the same thing to Andy Cole. Nobody
I don't care.
Okay, I'm just telling you.
Any Manchester United fan that want Lukaku back to Manchester United?
Yes, they do. Yesterday on Kasim's stream, a guy said when they had Lukaku, they didn't want him. But after Lukaku left, when they were losing against some teams, they said if Lukaku was here, he would have scored those goals. So stop saying saying that your assumptions are not accurate.
Hey, listen, man. You guys can grab all your excuses and put it somewhere else. Lukaku is not good for Chelsea. Because if you keep giving excuses, I will just go to the other direction. Lukaku came in for 45 minutes. So you guys using the argument, he's not fit. He's not fit. Lukaku is a professional.
I don't care if you're a professional. I don't care if you're a professional. You can be the best player in the world. If you're not fit, you're not going to play.
Lads, we have a super chat here from Gabriel. Gabriel is saying, Liverpool don't have a number 9. Man City don't have a number 9. Do we need to play a number 9? Are we better without a number 9? I mean, if we look at Pep's Barcelona, if we look at Pep's Man City, you know, these are some of the more successful teams in football. And they didn't have a out-and-out striker. They had, you know, players that played that role. I mean, a good example, Aguero is an out-and-out striker, but he was playing a more fluid type of strikers. He wasn't playing the Agueros, the Lukakus, the what's his name, the Moratas of this world. He was playing players that were a little bit more versatile. So I don't know. Do you guys think
there's a big difference
maybe hold on? Do you guys think that we need to try to look at a different system, a different style? And I also want to say to Gabriel, anyway, thanks for the super chat, much appreciated. But I want to say to you, Gabriel, what did you think of Olivier Giroud and his contribution to us winning the Champions League and his presence with the team? Olivier Giroud is as stiff as they come when it comes to mobility. Yeah, mobility. The man is slow. The man is stiff. I mean, all you got to do is look at his FIFA cards and look at his pace and agility on that. But the man knows
where the goal is.
Where the goal is. Let me finish. He knows where the goal is. He knows how to deal with it. Now, Lukaku, in my opinion, is a top striker. But at the same time, Lukaku is not adjusted. He hasn't been here long enough. And I think the players need to get grips to how to play with him. We're talking about Kai Havertz. Do you guys know every game Lukaku and Kai Havertz have played together, Havertz have never once passed the ball to Lukaku. There is not a single pass from Kai Havertz to Romelu Lukaku. A two-man attack when the other striker isn't passing the ball. The point I'm trying to make is we should try to find the way. What do we need to do to utilize him? Because in Inter Milan, he had a number 2 with him. He had a second striker with him. Okay. Do we need to do that? Do we need to play a different system? Do we need to play a different formation? Should we change this? Hold on. Should we change the system? Should we change the formation? MDT, I want to hear from Max, and then I'll come to you.
Yeah,
Max,
so I just want to address the super chat from Julius. It's different.
Julius.
Was it Julius who did that? Who did the super chat?
Gabriel.
Sorry, Gabriel. Sorry, Gabriel. Yeah. It's different strokes for different folks, guys. Listen, the reason why the Manchester City and Liverpool can play that way is because they've got goal-scoring wingers. Okay, Salah plays wide, so does Mane, and Mane and Salah are their goal scorers. They play a Jota to some extent now has come in and played that role, but when Firmino plays, plays a selfless role to allow those two to thrive. Okay. With Manchester City now, the setup is as a false 9 because they've got scorers from the wide areas. Okay, so you've got Jesus is playing out wider now; he's scoring goals. Sometimes if Sterling plays out wide or whoever, they got those goal scorers from the wide positions. Our front lot are not scoring goals. Okay, our goals are coming from defence. The only time Mason Mount has scored a few goals now, but if you look at where's the contribution from Pulisic, where's the contribution from Hudson-Odoi, the goal contributions I'm talking about from our other wide men, we haven't got a lot of goal contributions from our wide men. So playing with a false nine, we're not going to have the same sort of effect when we play with a false nine. So that's what I'm going to say on that matter. So I'll let MDT carry on.
All right, well, let's hear it.
Yeah,
let's hear it more.
Yeah. Before I go into the Lukaku one, let me just address Gabriel's quote. Manchester City, when Pep came in his first season, he benched Aguero because he wasn't pressing. You remember? They finished third and they were struggling for fourth to get in the Champions League. That was his first season. Second season, he played Aguero as a 9. They won the league. Okay, it's just last season and his first season, Aguero didn't play for Pep as a 9. Aguero didn't change to go to the wing or anything. He was a 9. He played Jesus in the first season because he wanted Aguero to change his game. But after the first season, Aguero just had pressing on his game. Aguero was the 9. And also with Barcelona team, Pep Guardiola's greatest Barcelona team was 2009. The wingers, the people that play at the wing, it was Thierry Henry and Samuel Eto'o. Those are goal scorers. We don't have them. Messi in the middle. And also his second season, he bought in Zlatan. They fall out. His third season, he had David.
Sorry, Mo, I'm going to interrupt you for 1 second. No, I totally agree. I totally agree. They didn't have a striker per se, but they had players who can finish. And we're lacking. We're lacking in
exactly.
No, I agree.
If you want to play false 9, you know what you need? You need players in the forward position that each can score 20 goals a season.
Sure.
They can assist 10 minimum. So do we have those? That's why when people are thinking we can play this false 9 and win something, if we play this false 9, we'll be top 3. We're not going to win the league. We're not going to be part of it. So, that's why Tuchel wanted a striker. Okay? This false 9, Chelsea false 9, our players are too young. They're too young. They're not ready yet. They're good players, but 21, 22, 23, you check it. None of them has ever scored, apart from Kai in the Bundesliga. Werner is a striker, but I'm talking about Pulisic, Cho, or whatever. None of them have ever scored 15 goals in a season in their career yet. Okay, we want them to lead us to title. Think false 9 will work. It's not gonna. All those teams that have false 9 system, they had strikers playing as a winger. Mane is a striker originally. He was moved to the wing in Salzburg. Then Liverpool bought him. When he came to Southampton, he was playing a winger as a second striker behind, next to Tadic and whatever, and Pele. Okay, so Mo Salah recently did an interview, said when he came to Chelsea, Chelsea wanted to change his game. But when he left Chelsea, they let him play his football. And Liverpool, he's playing his football. When players come to Chelsea, we change their game, strikers especially. We change their game. It's not a bad thing. But I'm just saying that we ignore everything that the players done in their career and assume that if they don't adapt to a certain situation, that means they're not a good player. Okay, with Lukaku. For me, I think we shouldn't change our system. We have a young team, okay. What I want Lukaku to do is to adapt. I want him to have the freedom because he's 28. He should be able to speak to the manager, you understand? To say, you know what, can you let me do what I do, whatever? And people that keep saying, oh, Belgium play Liechtenstein. Then what did Cristiano Ronaldo, all his goals, where did they come from? Is it against Andorra? Okay, so it's contradictory. When Lukaku scored against France or Andorra, it's limited because of his not well. When Cristiano Ronaldo scored against Andorra, wonderful. So it's double standard, anyhow you look at it. So again, with Lukaku, we need to be able to speak to the manager to say, you know what, let me be able to do this. And also, when Lukaku came to Chelsea, one final thing. The first games, the second game, the third game, we were doing well. The combination between Lukaku and Mount was good. Okay, against Liverpool, we should have been 3-0 up if Kai just lifted his head up. Because he was through a few times. Then what happened? Reece James had a red card. For me, I believe it's Reece James, Cover, and they're the reason why if you check, they're the reason why Lukaku starts struggling. Reece James getting out of the team. Because against Liverpool, who created Lukaku's goal? The 1-2. It was Reece James.
Also cover.
That's
big
what I'm
factor.
going to say.
Cover, yeah. So people are forgetting that Lukaku started the season well. When we had suspension and injuries, okay, that's when things were. And Barkley came on against Juventus. In 5 minutes, he found Lukaku. You want to tell me what was the other players doing in the 60, 70 minutes? They couldn't find him. So was Lukaku hiding? How could Barkley find him? Barkley, that all the Chelsea fans big laugh at, found Lukaku twice. But your superstar players couldn't find him.
I'll say after.
Okay, what does that say? That means the players are not looking. Or that means the players are hesitating or whatever, but they're young. That's why I'm not hard on them. Because when a player is 21, 22, they don't see the game as somebody that's 24, 25, 26. I expect more from Lukaku, that's true. But I believe that for him, he needs to start speaking to the manager to see how he can help the young players. Okay, and him and Kai need to talk.
I think that there's definitely a communication issue. There is definitely a chemistry issue that needs to be addressed when it comes to Lukaku. Hawkins, I'm going to give you a second. Just I want to say big up to DJ Sav. I want to give him a minute to give me his thoughts, and then I'll come back to you. DJ, big up.
Big up to you guys. How you guys all doing? You're good.
Doing good. You came in at the best possible time. Everyone's talking. We couldn't get you in. So I hope you're doing good.
That's all right, mate.
You're doing good.
No, I'm good. I'm just hearing everything everyone is saying about this whole Lukaku situation. Look, but first of all, Boogeyman, I have to say to you, man. I know you're saying Lukaku should be doing this and he should be doing this, but what I'll say to you is we can't forget what this guy has done. I mean, he is a quality striker. Okay, he was scoring goals for us before he got injured. All right, and obviously he's now come back into the team slowly. You know, he's not finding the goal. He's not. To be honest with you, the rest of the team don't pass to him, and this is what I think. This is what I think we're slack. This is why I think the team is failing, because they don't play to Lukaku's strengths, and we all know you play to his strengths. The guy's going to score you goals. If he's not going to get found by any of our teammates, I mean, I've been watching him now for the last couple of games he's come on. You can see he's actually looking for someone to pass the ball to him, and I'm gonna put our wingers in this. Odoi, whether it's Havertz, whether it's Werner, Pulisic, whoever's on that team, they don't seem to want to pass the ball to him. And I'll tell you, you pass the ball to this guy, we know what's going to happen. The ball's going to end up in the back of the net, and I just think this is what we're lacking at this moment in time. And I think we saw this yesterday again when he came on. We lost the lead, which I was obviously gutted about, but in terms of the plays passing to the guy, I was watching a few times. He was actually shouting for the ball a few times, and the ball's not even coming to him. And so you tell me, what is the guy supposed to do in that situation? Go and make the goals for himself? I mean,
DJ, can I just interrupt you for 1 minute? Sorry to interrupt you for a minute, because I know you go to the games. Okay, you go to games.
Yeah.
I don't go to as many as I used to. Because obviously, when you go to a game and watching it on TV, it's totally different, isn't it? So you can see more of the player's movements, the more of his runs and everything else. So how is his movement at the game? Obviously, because we're not seeing him on the TV. So what's his movement like when you go to the games?
Fast, strong.
His movement is always
strong. He's agile. He's agile.
Yes, he is very much so, Mo. Very much that. He's very much that. And what it is the ball. Go on, Mo. Go on.
No, I was just going to say, Max is spot on. Max is spot on. When you watch a person in the stadium, it's much different than when you watch them on TV. Lukaku has so much about him when it comes to his presence, his strength. He's fast. The guy is fast. The guy is agile. Okay, we look at him on TV, and when we look at he's slow. He's this. He's that. He's not. When he was, he's like a tank. Seriously, he's like a tank. But one thing he does lack is that close control that maybe he needs
ball control
to be able to be
that has been always there. It has been always there.
But Lukaku is decent, man. He's not. Like I said, I agree with Bobby. Bobby said that he needs to be a little bit wider and move in. I totally agree. He needs to have more angles of attack rather than being wide and crossing in like Boogeyman was talking about. I don't want to see him try to create. I want to see him being on the end of the chances.
So you guys saw him at Inter Milan, didn't you?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, Hawker.
That's
I know
Serie
what
A.
to say.
That's
Listen, you
Serie
saw
A.
him at Inter Milan. That's what he was doing for Inter Milan. I mean, I know it's Serie A. I get what you guys are Serie A, but he was cutting in and scoring. That's what I'm trying. He was cutting in from that side and cutting in and getting his goals. I know he had what's his name up top with him as well.
Martinez,
Martinez with him.
Latour.
But he was still cutting in and getting goals. And I just think at Chelsea because he's named. You're gone.
No, but why is Boogeyman saying Serie A? No, I don't like with Bobby's nonsense about this is Serie A. Where did Mo Salah come from? Serie A, and it's what? So because and look at what he's doing at Liverpool. So don't about
but if Lukaku comes from Serie A, if Lukaku is not doing in the APL and someone trying to use his record in Serie A,
not doing it after 14 games, he's not doing it.
Guys,
you're judging somebody. You're seriously judging someone after 14 games.
Hold on.
Can I finish this one, please?
No, because my man Danny is waiting to jump in. I've already cut him off.
Okay. Yeah, but
okay.
Yeah, I need to finish this one, please.
Go on, Boogie.
People talk about Lukaku fitness, right? Lukaku is 28 years old. He's from Syria. He's done it there. Lukaku fitness. Who is responsible for Lukaku fitness? Is Lukaku still having pain in his ankle? I'm not sure because 10 days ago. No, I mean Lukaku himself. Who said he is?
Tuchel.
Read this thing. Tuchel didn't want to play him yesterday. He said he didn't want to bring him on. The only reason he brought him on is because of the injury to Havertz.
The press conference that Max. Tuchel said in the press conference that Lukaku said he's ready. He wants to play the entire game, but we will see.
All players do that. Players do that.
Players want to play. They want to freaking play football.
Yeah, but do you know Jorginho is playing with pain in his hips right now.
But that's the difference, right? Look, Jorginho is playing with some pain or whatever, but you can still see Jorginho talent.
Jorginho
is not performing, man.
Did you see the pass he gave to Mendy?
Yeah, it's faltering a bit. There's a physicality there you can see. Jorginho is struggling because Jorginho is actually struggling. He plays so well.
Makes one mistake out of 10 or out of 50.
I'm not saying the mistake.
People keep saying today that Lukaku control is not good. He has to work on it. Mokasim say, and a lot of people here agree with it. So you have a top striker playing for a dominant team. Everybody's running. Control is one of the most important things. If
none of our
forwards don't have that control, and then you sit here telling me that Lukaku is good for Chelsea, then I have a problem with it. If any striker will come strike a top, you have at least to have the control of the ball.
But you don't have
but that's not even
Boogeyman, some of the world's greatest strikers don't have good control. Some of the greatest strikers in the world don't have good control. What are you talking about?
Boogeyman.
Diego Costa doesn't have touch like Didier Drogba. What are you talking about? Some of the best strikers don't have the ball control.
Like we've literally
you seem to have some kind of agenda against
exactly that's where we're going. When people are pointing out what is wrong with Lukaku's skills, you mentioned that person have agenda. That's not the way it is.
No,
boss, you guys go after Werner. Werner missing a sealer. Did I tell anybody that he has an agenda? It's a fact that Lukaku does not control the ball. It's a fact that Lukaku misses. People talking about Barkley finding Lukaku.
I thought Hawkes wanted to talk ages ago.
So what are we talking about?
No, but you was going to put Hawkes to the point to make. You went on. You're going off on a tangent.
Before he brought in that point, I wanted to still bring something back to show you guys we are blaming even the wrong party. We're blaming the wrong personnel. Now, I think in the super chat there's someone brought about City, PSG, Guardiola's team. Now, we forget about the kind of midfield these teams had. We're forgetting the engine, the passers, the quality they had in the midfield. We're saying they've got false nines that are scoring goals, but we forget the amount of power, the amount of creativity they had in that midfield. Xavi, Iniesta. Look at Man City. They've got De Bruyne making about 20 assists in a season. Like, can you even imagine that? And of course, these forwards do not score every goal. They miss loads of chances. Even this false nines we're talking about. But how many chances has Lukaku even missed this season? It's not
exactly. He doesn't even get the ball. He doesn't even get the ball.
Any chance. So we're even blaming the wrong parties. We do not have the creative Like, it's just funny because we're blaming.
I'm gonna say something. Hold on. No, wait. Let's say. Lukaku this season has missed the same amount of chances as Timo Werner in any one of his games.
Yes.
In any one of his games, he's missed the same. But do we hear this?
Mane has missed sitters. Diego Jota has missed sitters. Salah has also missed.
When Salah was at Liverpool, he missed more than he scored.
Goals.
Yeah.
You're scoring goals. Origi came in. Origi came in the 94th minute. All he did was to sit with the last centre back. Salah created the freaking chance, gave Origi the pass in the 94th minute. Origi scored to go from there. He stayed with his last man right in the box.
I want to hear from. Hold on. I want to hear from Kasim. Hold on. Why is Kasim quiet today? Kasim, what's up, man? You've been quiet. You haven't said nothing. What's up? You good?
Yeah,
Feeling okay?
No, I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine, man. I'm just listening to everyone talking. So I don't want to interrupt it because I want
to hear your opinion.
Yeah, but you know my opinion, mate. I'm so consistent, and I'm gonna keep it 100. I called Ziyech. She's not good enough to play for Chelsea Football Club, and I still stick with it.
We're not talking about Ziyech.
Listen. You want me to talk, and a lot of you. You want me to talk, and all of you can. Oh, come on. You want me to talk, and all of you can wait. So when I talk, to interrupt. So have the courtesy, guys. Just listen, and after that you can come back to me. Right? I'm very consistent. Right? I said about Ziyech, it's not good enough, and I still stick with that. He's not good enough to play for Chelsea Football Club. I call about Lukaku. He's not good enough to play for Chelsea Football Club, in my opinion. I think he's a wrong signing for Chelsea Football Club.
Okay,
it's not technically good. Mate, come on, let me finish.
No, because you're not answering the question. The question is, how do we best utilize Lukaku?
No. I'm not going to utilize anything. I'm going to tell you about my opinion about Lukaku.
Listen, the stream is, how do we best utilize Romelu Lukaku? Therefore, that is the topic of the stream. The stream is, how do we best utilize?
It's not good enough for me. It's not good enough for me.
Then you're not answering my question. You're not answering my question. You're not answering my question.
Say that again, mate.
You're not answering my question. You're not answering my question.
I'm telling you now.
Yes. So as far as you're concerned, we can't utilize him?
No, I don't think he put the system because the way. Listen, let me talk, bro. You're gonna get the bad picture if let me talk, right?
Go on.
Right. The way I said it, and I said it before, right? And I'm consistent. The way we signed player, the way we structured the team, Lukaku won't fit the team. You talked about Barcelona, and I spoke about that a while ago in your stream. The way Pep Guardiola sat with Barcelona a while ago, he didn't have in and out number 9. He had Samuel Eto'o, he's not in and out number 9. He's a dribbler and he's quick. He had Sancho signed him from Italy. He got to Arsenal after that. He's not in and out number 9. The way we structure our team, is not gonna fit in and out number 9. Lukaku is a mistake.
Wow.
I'm telling you now. The way we're playing.
I have a question for you, Kasim.
Just
let him finish. Let him finish. I want to hear this.
The problem is, guys, listen to me, all right? You all can laugh and smile, but when it comes to the future, I always come right. And you all come in, you just argue for the sake of argument. I told you, Ziyech is not going to be good enough to play for Chelsea.
Ziyech will go. Ziyech will go.
I know that. I could have told you that last year, bro. I could have told you that last year.
You could have told me that before we even signed him. I know. But listen, the question is, how do we utilize him?
Can I answer that?
We want more. The way we play is not going to be utilized. It's not. I'm telling you now.
One second. Hold on. Kasim,
I didn't even speak 2 minutes more. I didn't even speak 2 minutes.
One second. One second. Stephen, I'm going to have to rotate you with someone else. Someone else is trying to get in, Stephen. So I'm going to have to rotate you. You're good with that?
All right, big up, yeah.
Appreciate it, mate. Appreciate it. Cheers, Stephen. Thank you. Go on, Kasim.
Listen, as I said to you, it's no agenda. It's not a race. I hear a lot of streams now. People don't say they don't like the way Lukaku playing, and they start involving race. And I am not. And I addressed that with MDT in my stream last night. Ziyech is Arab like me, is a Muslim, is brown like me, and I called him from day one. I'm so consistent. You all there having a go Werner, right? You're not being consistent, right? Lukaku, no one come out and talk about Lukaku. No one. And before the injury, he didn't do anything. He was very poor. He was actually dragging the team down. I'm telling you now, mate. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it fact, right? Lukaku is the wrong signing for us. We like it or not. I see it this way, and the time will prove that. If someone come out and say you're smoking nonsense, you got to prove it to me, mate. The guy came yesterday, 45 minutes. It's literally this.
Who do you suggest?
Let me finish, bro. Let me finish. Let me finish, bro.
Let him finish.
Guys, please let him finish. Go on, Kasim.
The guy came for 45 minutes more. He was hiding. He did nothing. I don't care if he was fit or not. If he's not fit, shouldn't be playing. The manager, people say, go listen to the manager, get your facts right. Manager sometimes lies. I know that. I play football and I know. He lies to protect the players from the media and from the fans. I'm telling you now, bro. Okay? He's not fit. He's not form. He's not the right signing. Ultimately, that's the end of it. So people need to get a grip and get on with it. If you're going to talk about player, they need to be consistent, mate. Everyone 2 days ago come out about Werner. Be consistent, please. Thank you very much. That's it. That's what I want to say.
Can I ask?
All right. Cheers. No. Wait. I have to respond. I've been waiting to respond. All right. Firstly, the question was, how do we best utilize Lukaku? You gave me nothing on that. All right. Lukaku, we bought him for £97.5 million.
Well, wrong buy. That's my answer. Wrong buy.
I did not interrupt you.
Sorry, man.
We spent £97.5 million on Romelu Lukaku. Therefore, he is an investment and he is a current Chelsea asset. We have to use that money. We have to use that asset. We have to develop a way either to fit him into the system or a system that fits him because
I just told you about the system. Okay. Sorry. Come on. I just told you about the system, bro. It's not gonna fit the system because
you told me nothing, Kasim. You told me nothing. You told me.
That's telling me you've not been listening more. That's telling me you've not been listening.
I'm telling you. I'm gonna tell you what you said. You said he's not good. He's bad. He's this. He's that.
No. I talked about the system. I told you about the system.
Again, you're interrupting.
Sorry. All right. I take it back. Sorry. All
right. He is a player that can be utilized. He is a player that won Inter Milan the league title. Okay, he is a player that scored double figures even on his worst season for Manchester United in the Premier League. The guy is a good player. The guy is right now struggling because he has come in. He played 7 games and he was injured. He was out for a month and a half, 6 weeks. He was out for. He was out for 6 weeks. All right. Now, for us to be coming down and talking about him, he's useless, he's bad, he's this, he's that.
Oh, no. I spoke before the injury.
Do not interrupt me, Kasim. Let me finish. The guy is still in the beginning of his career with Chelsea. He is still in the beginning of his career with Chelsea. We have to give him a chance. You have already made up your mind before he even put that Chelsea shirt on, with him and with Hakim Ziyech. Hakim Ziyech can score the winning goal, and then he will be he's not good enough. Whatever Hakim Ziyech does. No. I'm gonna finish. Whatever Hakim Ziyech does on that pitch, you will not be happy. You have an agenda against Hakim Ziyech, as well as Romelu Lukaku. Boogeyman.
Yeah, that's a big claim. That's a big claim.
I'm gonna finish. Boogeyman, the day we were talking about Lukaku coming in, he was uncomfortable. He was unhappy. Him and Bobby, both of them were against the signing of Romelu Lukaku. However, the minute he put that Chelsea shirt on, all right, they were prepared to give him a chance. They still are prepared to give him a chance.
Right.
Maybe maybe Boogeyman is still critical. Maybe Boogeyman is still uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But they are prepared to give him a chance. They are prepared to think about a way where we can develop him and we can utilize him.
Yeah.
You're not. I'm gonna give the mic to Julius, and I know Julius is gonna be against Romelu Lukaku. He's gonna be talking about Romelu Lukaku.
I didn't even talk more.
No.
I've been waiting for an hour, literally. I've been literally waiting for an hour.
Listen. I let you speak until you stop talking. Now I've spoken for 2 minutes, and he kept on interrupting me. He kept on interrupting me.
Yeah, whatever, man.
You're not happy now. You're not happy now. No, you put yourself on mute.
Yeah, but you
You're
told
not
me
happy.
Julius is gonna go in it. You said Julius is gonna go in it.
Yes.
Or else I put it in mute.
Julius, let me hear your thoughts on Romelu Lukaku.
Yes. I think I kind of agree with Qasim in a way with Lukaku that he's just not good enough. But at the same time, we have to take into consideration he played for us 14 games in all competition this season. He scored 4 goals and 14 in all competition. 8 of those were before his injury. There are a couple of games, I admit, where he could have been passed the ball and he would have scored, and we didn't. But in reality, my issue with what Max Burton and MDT says about Lukaku and Eric is they talk about him as if he's this elite striker that we've been dreaming about. My problem here is that I've always believed Lukaku is an average striker and we overpaid for him. He's not on Lewandowski's level. He's not on Karim Benzema's level. If you watch Lewandowski, Karim Benzema, Aguero in his prime, when their team are not even playing that well, they will make up something out of nowhere and score a goal. Not once, every time. They will be there for their team because they are elite. When with Lukaku, we sit every time making up excuses. We don't create enough chances. He never played with Chilwell or Kovacic. Tuchel is not using him well. The system is not good enough for him. Look how many... Now we're questioning the system to kind of justify for Lukaku's bad performances, which is nonsense in my opinion. And also contradicts with part that if Lukaku was a Tuchel's player, how come he's not knowing how to use a player he wanted to purchase for 100 million? That doesn't make any sense. He should already have a plan for him when you're paying that much money for a striker. I want to give him a chance, and but my issue is we need to be realistic and accept the fact this player is not world class. He's not. He's average, maybe good. I don't want to say average. He's a good striker, but not good enough. He is not going to be the striker you expect him to be. He's not going to work in our system because Tuchel doesn't rely on one strike or one player and build the system around him. We are fluid. We kind of like to be more mobile up front. If Mount is not playing well, Pulisic may step up. If Pulisic is not good enough this game, for example, Ziyech would step up. We cannot rely on Lukaku and start questioning the whole team to serve him on a plate a ball for him to score. He's just not good. He needs to step up, not the team, not the system. That's my take on it.
Okay,
Can
Julius,
I respond?
My question to Julius is this. And by the way, I apologize. I didn't even welcome you to the stream. So welcome, Julius, and big up to you. I apologize, but you came in at a moment that was a little bit tense, so I apologize. Welcome to the stream, Julius. Julius, I get that. I get that. Lukaku is lacking. No one is saying that Lukaku is performing to the level or the standard that we want to see him at. The fact that he has only just come in, the fact that he is playing with players he hasn't played with before, the fact that he's come into another club, the fact that he has 7 games where he didn't do too badly, and the fact that he was injured and now that he's back, and as you all know, a player when he has an injury like that, it takes him a little bit of time to come back and to adjust and to get into the rhythm. Now, do you believe that you can play the same system, the same attack with Timo Werner or Havertz in the 9th position, and then bring in that same system and put in Lukaku and expect it to work? Do you think that is possible?
No.
Okay, so there needs to be some sort of adjustment, correct?
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
now, if I am not saying we should change the entire system to fit Lukaku in, but what I am saying is we should play to the strengths of our striker. If you have a tall striker who is strong and bulky, you're going to be putting the ball in, you're going to be crossing that ball in. If you have a striker who is quick and nimble, you're going to be playing more attacks down the middle. It doesn't mean that you're changing the way that you play football. You're changing the way that you're building the attack for that particular striker. I remember back in the day we had Tori Andrew Flo playing. He was tall and lanky. We had Zola attacking. He was small and nimble. We adapt. We play a style that suits who we have up front. I don't think it's too hard for these professional players who are being paid thousands of pounds a week to be able to adjust the way they play depending on who's playing up front. I think for us to ask for that, it's not too much. Now, I'm not. I don't want people to think that I will back a player regardless of whether he is good or bad. No, but the thing is, we need to give a player the time to be able to prove to us his ability.
Mm-hmm.
Today, if someone was to come on and tell me that Timo Werner just can't score in the Premier League, I'm not going to sit down arguing with him. I'm not going to be wasting my time arguing with him because that is proven. A year and a half is a good sample size. 10 games and only 7 starts is not really a good sample size for me to tell you that Lukaku is bad and he's poor. I'll let you respond and then I'll get Max Burton to come in.
Yes, for sure. By the way, big up Max. It's been a while. I like actually debating with Max. With my take on Lukaku, Mo, is that I don't disagree with any of the points you guys made regarding injuries and needing time. What I don't like is that the high expectations that we have for Romelu Lukaku. I am not surprised that he is performing the way he is. I'm not. And this is the issue. If we don't realize ourselves, whether fans or club, that this striker is not going to be a striker that will score 25, 30 goals a year, be a big difference in the season for us to win titles or to lift us when we need him, we're going to be in trouble. We need to plan ahead. We have to take the loss as an investment and accept it. We cannot keep making excuses for someone who will disappoint you at the end of the season. If you remember more back in August, I said Lukaku will score 15 to 17 goals at the end of the year. He may not even get there. We will see. He may not even get there. If I ask any of you, is that acceptable? Of course not. Let's see what he does. I want to support him. And look, when he's back, I'm with him. And I was supporting him. I was one of the most fierce people against him getting signed. And when he started playing, he did a couple of good performances. I was the first one to come and say, I will eat my words. But then, couple of games now, I didn't see enough. Against the big teams, he was when he played, he wasn't there. He disappeared. And we'll see. I don't know. I'm just my goal here that I would love you to understand, all of you. You're not wrong that he needs time with injury, and it's not an easy ankle injury. It takes time, but he is not elite. He is not elite. That's my point.
All right, fair enough.
Right.
Max,
okay.
Let me hear it.
Let me respond. Okay. Right. First of all, in response to what Julius said, I didn't see him as some second coming, the second Messiah, or all this big signing. He was the best out there. So, Julius, I just want to ask you a question before I carry on. Who, realistically, would you have got for Chelsea in the window? So you're talking about give us an alternative. Give us an alternative for someone who would have done better.
Yeah. So I said back then I would rather keep Tammy Abraham and not spend 100 million on Lukaku. Because if you don't think Tammy Abraham would have scored more goals by now than Lukaku, or at least the same, then you need to look at the season when Abraham played.
Well, that's under Frank. Obviously, Thomas Tuchel didn't want him. He didn't play a lot under Thomas Tuchel, so something went awry. So we can't use him. So I'm talking about. So with all that in mind, who would you have brought in? Don't mention Tammy. Who would you have brought in?
I wouldn't buy anyone.
Tammy was already going
because I said.
So you'd have gone in without a striker. Seriously?
Yeah, because what did he do?
So you wouldn't have bought anybody. So if Tammy and Giroud had gone, you wouldn't replace them with anybody.
Get someone from the academy. Armando Broja would probably scored 3 goals by now if he was.
So Broja would have been leading our line.
Yeah, he would have scored the same amount of goals of Lukaku probably this year. It sounds a little bit crazy, but I really think so. I'm not joking. I really think he would have scored 3 goals in 14 games if he was starting.
Is Lukaku leading our line?
Right. Anyway, let me finish, Boogeyman, then you can come in. Okay. Right. Lukaku is. I did this before we signed him. Actually, when you guys were saying this guy is a guy who scored 196 career goals in 404 matches. That's a goal every other game. If he gets 20 goals for us this season, then he's done his job. You know, when you look at last season, our top goal scorer was a penalty taker, Jorginho, on 7. None of our strikers in the league scored more than 6 goals. So if he's getting us, even if he's getting us 15, 16 goals, he's scored 3 times as much as any of the strikers that we had at the club already. Okay. A lot of you are going on about the price tag. I always hear this 100 million. The fact is he worth that? No, he's not worth 100 million. But that's the price we have to pay. It's supply and demand. Because Julius couldn't name me any striker out there what we could get. I could ask anyone on the panel who could have got, who could have done a better job than him. If you can name me somebody else who could have come in for us as an elite striker, he is an elite. He's not. Okay, he's not a Lewandowski class or someone like Ronaldo or Harry Kane or somebody like that. No, but he was the best out there who we can get, and that's the money we have to pay for him, unfortunately. Okay, let me take you to a player who's the best player in the world, arguably, and his name is Lionel Messi. Okay, how many goals has he scored for PSG this season? Have a guess in the league. How many goals in 9 appearances? How many goals has he scored? Anyone want to hazard a guess?
I think he has 1 goal and 3 assists so far.
1 goal in 9 games. Thank you. So on that premise, he's rubbish. He's useless. A waste of money. Oh, okay, they didn't pay anything for him, but he's a waste. He's useless. He's washed up. He's gone. Yeah. No, he's come into a different league, an easier league than Serie A. I might add, Boogeyman. You know, this is not Serie A. This is League 1, which is easier than Serie A. He's come into that league, and he has scored 1 goal. Why? Because the players are not yet used to him. He's adjusting to a new league. He's used to be playing so much in the system that he did at Barcelona. He's coming to a new league and he's struggling at the moment. Is he rubbish? Is he a write-off? No, he's not. You know, so when you look at him over the season, you know, I'm judging like I always do with everybody. Yeah, I judge people over the course of a season or 2. Okay, you know, I gave, I know Mo did this as well. We gave Werner the benefit of the doubt. We were always saying, look, let's see what he does. But after miss after miss after miss after miss after miss, then the doubts start to come in. Is he a good striker or not? Okay. And I think, I can't remember who said it. I think Mo said it as well. He's missed 2 big chances this season. The one against Juventus and the one which we actually scored from when he hit the post from 2 yards out where he should have scored. And Chilwell, I think, was who got the...
It was Southampton.
Southampton, yeah. And then Chilwell went and knocked the ball in. So those are the 2 chances that you think, okay, this guy should have done better on. If I see him missing chance after chance after chance, I'll say, yeah, waste of money. But he's not getting the chances created for him. So at the end of the day, we're just being too reactionary. And the 10 games that he's played this season, but as I said before, 5 or 6 of them was fights, getting to know his new teammates. He was coming good in that Southampton game. Although he didn't score, he did a lot. His movement was good. He was bringing other people into play. And why was his movement good? That's because we had Werner and we had a couple of runners off him. I think it was Werner and someone else who can run off him, and that's what suited him.
Sure.
And he was good. He was good against Malmo for the first 20 minutes that he was on. That was some of the best. You were at the game, Kasim, so you saw it. That was scintillating football for the first 15, 20 minutes before he got in. It was when he got injured that we scored 3 goals, but I think when he got injured, the play started to slow down a bit. But it was quite breathtaking in the first 15 minutes that he was playing football for us. So for me, I think had he not got that injury and he carried on that momentum, then you would see a better player. But that injury has come at the wrong time, dented it, and he's got to start again from scratch. I'm judging the guy at the end of the season and beyond.
Yeah, I want to hear from Boogeyman. Boogie, let me hear it.
Yeah, so at one point I agree with Max when he said if Lukaku scored 20 goals, he's happy. Then that's what it is, because look, what I've seen so far, Lukaku is not going to score any more than 20. But this is a top striker we bought. We know getting a striker that will score 7 goals against a low bottom team, and then when we play a good game or when we need him to help the team, and he's nowhere to be found. That's our problem. So do we just now decide that Lukaku is just an average player, like Julius said? If we all come to that conclusion, no more debate. Lukaku, but saying Lukaku is leading our front line is a joke. It's just nonsense at this point. Lukaku, injured or not, I've not seen anything different that Lukaku showed before injury to what he's shown against who did we play last time? Against West Ham. Lukaku, I didn't see anything different. His control were off before after the injury. His control were worse.
Boogie, how much time have you seen?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. Mokasim. It doesn't matter. Yeah. We all play football. If you're good at it, if you can control the ball, if you can with your chest, with your knees, or
he can't. Boogie. One of the problems that Lukaku has is his close ball control. That we've known that since day one. Okay. But that by itself does not make him a bad player.
Yeah, actually, I'll give you an example. He's a striker. Let me give you
an example. Mm-hmm. Do you agree with me that Edouard Mendy is one of the best goalkeepers playing football right now? Do you agree with me? Boogeyman, do you agree with me that...
Listen, I'm spinning that to my mind because, in fact, I come to this stream to talk about Edouard Mendy. I'll give you that. If I take the game against West Ham out of the equation, he is 100%.
Of course. Yeah. I don't want... No, you can put that game within the equation and he is still one of the best goalkeepers because he's a human being. And a human being will make mistakes, okay?
I'll give you that one.
The thing is with Edouard Mendy, his penalty stops are bad. His playing the ball out, his passing the ball to receiving the ball and passing it out, he's bad at that. These are two elements.
I disagree with you. Momo, can I call you quick?
Just 1 second. He has 2 elements within his game that are poor. However, it does not make him a bad goalkeeper. And that's the same with Lukaku. Lukaku has one element, there may be others, that he's poor at. It doesn't make him a bad striker. It means there's areas for improvement. That's all it means.
What you say makes sense. I'm not joking. I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to be whatever you want to say here. The problem is what's the most if I want a description of Mendy's job, what is it? Prevent the ball to hit the net behind you. Prevent it, right?
Sure.
Prevent the ball to hit the net. That's what Mendy his main job is. Is he doing that? Yeah, he is doing that. He put his face in. He puts everything about his body to stop that ball to enter his back, the net behind him. So for the distribution against the game before Manchester United game and West Ham game, his distribution were not good. But before that, we cannot say his distribution was above average. That's what I noticed anyways. I can see before the game against Manchester United and West Ham, I was kind of say I accept his distribution because he seemed to react fast, no stupidity around with the ball. Ball come, he already have a better view of the field. I agree. And know where the ball has to go. He tried at least. Manchester United game, for some reason, he didn't manage to do it properly. And the West Ham game, he didn't manage to do it properly. So, when it comes to Mendy, he is still doing what his main job is. So, when it comes to Lukaku, he's not doing what his main job is. We can still sit down and say Lukaku control of the ball. But me, I'm saying the reason why he's not doing properly his control in it and his physics in it. And Lukaku is only the one that can work those things out. So if people on this chart will be happy at the end of the season, 15 goals, then we're saying the same thing. But nobody should come here and telling me Lukaku is a top elite. For me, Lukaku has to be put on the same level as a Havertz, or has to be put on the same level as a
Havertz striker.
But that's what it is. We've reached that point. Lukaku is not a main striker. He's not leading the
You made a beautiful point. You made a beautiful point, and I am going to explain to you why your point is so beautiful. You said Mendy's job is to save the ball from going in the back of the net. Correct? Yeah. Now, can Mendy save the ball from going in the back of the net if nobody shoots at the goal? No. If nobody shoots at the goal, then he can't save it, right?
I don't know what you're going, but
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you where I'm going. Now, the same thing with Lukaku. Lukaku can't be scoring them goals if nobody's passing him the ball. If nobody's creating the chances for him. It's the same.
I disagree with you in that way.
I know you're going to disagree, obviously. If you agree,
then... let's suppose that you're right. I'll let you finish. Sorry.
Yeah, no. Listen, I have no problem with what you said, Boogie. I have no problem with what you said because you are using a fact to make a point. I have no problem. We can agree or disagree. I don't have a problem. But the issue I have here is this. We can sit here arguing and discussing this point until the cows come home, and we will not reach a conclusion. The only way we can reach a conclusion. And by the way, someone likes your comment, so big up. You just made me $2.
Can I go after? Can I say something later?
I will let you come in after I say this and let you come in. Big up to Alex, and thank you for your super chat. And guys, make sure you're hitting that like button. Appreciate it. Boogie, the only way we are going to reach a conclusion on how good Lukaku can be and how good Lukaku is by seeing what happens at the end of the season. Okay, now I will be content. And I know Max was saying that, we didn't have anybody hitting double figures last season. I will be content if Lukaku was to get 15 goals this season. I'll be content with that.
Then we agree then.
I shouldn't be content with it because we paid 100 million for him. Okay, but the way the season is panning out, the injuries that we have, because for Lukaku to be scoring goals, he needs to have Kovačić behind him. He needs to have Kante. He needs to have Jorginho, but he doesn't have all those players behind him. So I'll be content with 15 goals, but that is not going to be my benchmark for Lukaku. I want to see Lukaku getting more. I want to see Lukaku hitting 20 goals a season, and I think. We really have time to see that from Lukaku.
I criticize Lukaku, but I want him to succeed. That's true.
I know you do. And that's why I respect your opinion, because I know at the end of the day you want to see all our players succeed. I'm going to bring in MDT. After MDT's comment, we're going to change topic. We're going to talk about the Eden Hazard topic before we then. And then after that we will go and talk about the rest of the season. So MDT, give me. Your closing or the closing statement on this Lukaku situation. Let me hear it, MDT.
Look. Whether it's Boogeyman, whether it's Julius, whether it's Kasim, I can say, okay, if you said the way Lukaku play, I don't like it. It's not artistic enough for me. It's not my style. I will respect that and accept that. Okay? That's true.
That's what I said.
Yes, I will respect that and accept that. We've seen a lot of players that are like that. We saw Filippo Inzaghi. He couldn't even trap a ball. He will score goals. We saw David Trezeguet. We've seen great strikers. But because of somebody doesn't look artistic or sophisticated enough for you, because of that, the way they look, that's why they're not elite. Elite striker is striking the ball, scoring goals. That's what elite is. If you check Lukaku for the past 10, since he became 18 up to now, the last 10 years, he has top 10 records when it comes to scoring goals. And when it comes to like conversion rate, he's always among the top 6 in the world. If somebody has scored over 190-something goals in his career, he's 28 years old. He's the most disrespected striker in the world. That other day, even on ESPN, somebody said it. And the only people that disrespect him are either people that are the expectation is unbelievable, or they expect something else from him. But because of when it comes to goal scoring, who in this Chelsea team you would rather the chance fall to in the 18-yard box? It's Lukaku.
Yep.
His chance conversion rate is better than Harry Kane. Okay? In the Premier League before he left and after he left. International level as well, the same thing. Because he's playing Andorra. Who is Harry Kane playing against? Who is Lewandowski playing against? Is it not Kazakhstan? The same teams. But he still have better record than them when it comes to international. Only Cristiano Ronaldo. Even that, he has a better conversion rate on international level than Cristiano Ronaldo. If you say I don't like the way he plays, it doesn't look very sophisticated, I understand. But to say it's not an elite striker, it means striking the ball, scoring goals. The all-round play, you can count that. So you guys, you gotta, what are we talking about? He's not a playmaker, I can give you that. Benzema is a striker who can play make. You can say, oh, I want my striker to play make. I understand that if you say that. I want my striker. You understand? But to say, oh, he's not an elite striker, that's not accurate. He's a top 10 striker in the world. And before, as far as I'm concerned, if you're top 10 in your position, that makes you elite. Because in the how many billion people do we have in the world? You're top 10. You're not elite. Okay. So I don't understand. What's your standard? What are you guys judging him on? If his goal, he has it as everybody else. If his chance conversion rate, he has it as everybody else. If you said it doesn't look, for me, I don't like the way he plays, I get that. Because I don't like a lot of strikers. But the way you're judging him is not the way people judge strikers. You gotta say, oh, I don't like the way he plays. Okay, for me, Chelsea shouldn't say, I agree with all that. But don't diminish somebody's achievement and their record to fulfill your own single-minded view. That's all I'm saying. I don't like people that always belittle people's achievement to prove a point. Because for me, that says more about you than that person. Because I never belittle people, but Lukaku is belittled. Players are belittled. You're talking about Werner. I wanted Werner at Chelsea. I didn't want Kai Havertz. I didn't want nobody. You know Werner? I love Werner since I saw him at the Confederation Cup in Russia, 2017. Okay? I wanted Werner at Chelsea. I'm the one that's more disappointed with Werner this season. I'm his number one fan. The reason why I'm disappointed is because I couldn't believe, I thought this season it would be different. If Lukaku don't improve, okay, don't whatever. I will be one of the ones that will add on him next year. Believe me, I don't care about Lukaku or whatever. I care about Chelsea. But to judge him on 10 games, he only starts, those 10 games people are talking about, he only starts 6. The other 4 is substitute. But it doesn't matter because you guys don't care about facts. You don't care about minutes played. Even if Lukaku spent 5 minutes on the pitch, oh, that's one game on top of the 7 he played. All you guys are doing, it doesn't make sense. It just shows what you want your point to be proven. Not for Lukaku to achieve anything. It's to prove your point. I said it from the beginning, I didn't want him. I didn't want Lukaku. I didn't want Haaland. I want Vlahovic. Because you know why? He's a young player. He could fit in easily with this young squad. But guess what? Lukaku is here. I will not diminish his achievement. That's all I gotta say.
All right. Cheers, MDT.
We cannot answer that one, right? We move on.
No, we can't. Do you know why we can't? Because he just spent the past couple of minutes defending Lukaku, and again, not answering the question of how do you best utilize him. But we'll move on. We'll move on.
I'll talk to you in the chat, MDT.
All right. No, but there is another factor. There's another factor because this topic hasn't stopped. I want to address it from a different point of view. Now, Real Madrid announced a price for Hazard. I believe is it 21 million. So Real Madrid have put a price on Eden Hazard of 21 million. A player that we sold for 100+ million a couple of seasons ago. 3 seasons, I think 3 seasons, since he last played for Chelsea. Now, we have the opportunity to buy him back for 21 million. Now, I know there's a big debate on, whether we should or we shouldn't, because, we all remember him being the player that he was, and that's how we want to remember Eden Hazard, his legacy at Chelsea, for being the great player that played for us, rather than bringing in an Eden Hazard today who is a bit overweight, a bit injury prone, a person who isn't as fit and as reliable as the one that we sold. Now, that being said, Eden Hazard and Romelu Lukaku play very well together, especially for Belgium. Now, I know we can talk about the level of competition that they have on international level is not going to be as great as it is in the Premier League, and I agree with that. But is there a case to be made for Eden Hazard to be back at Chelsea to play with Romelu Lukaku? Keeping in mind that there are forward players that could be out at the end of the season. Today we saw an article from, I can't remember the publication, but it talked about Hakim Ziyech and Ajax and how he would love to go back to Ajax before the end of his career. Now, Ajax to Ziyech is like Chelsea to Hazard. It's where he made his name and where he has that rapport with the fans. So I'm not surprised that he made that statement. But there is a case to be made for Hazard leaving, for Timo Werner leaving. Is there a case to be made for us going for Eden Hazard? And I want to hear your opinion on that and whether Eden Hazard could improve Romelu Lukaku. So again, I'll open it to you guys to give me your feedback on that.
Yeah. Okay, could I go first?
Sure, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So basically, I would say Eden Hazard back to Chelsea. I would first of all use my biased self. I want to go biased first because, of course, I would love to have Eden Hazard back at Chelsea. Of course, like 100%. I'd love to have him back. But now, would he be useful for us? Do we need Eden Hazard? Will he make Lukaku play better? I don't think you can really say that because we need to look at the Tuchel systems first. Now, what do those forwards actually do in the squad? They press off the ball. They try to, track back, go into deep, into defense. And that isn't something I believe Hazard can actually offer to the Chelsea side at the moment. So for that factor alone, I could say we're going through the whole roller coaster of he's not suited to the system once again. But on the other hand, I would love to have Hazard at the team. Of course, it will be very crucial to the young stars we actually have right now because I don't know how it works in the training ground or something, but I think he could rub something off them as, he's a proper player, he's a world-class winger. So I think he could actually rub something off. And for 21 million, man, I think that would be a steal for Eden Hazard, even if he's not going to be fit for about 20, 30 games, of course, but I don't know, but I think it just helps us in other aspects. But would it suit the system we're playing? I do not really believe 100%. So that's just my take on it.
All right, fair enough. So, do you think it will hurt his legacy, though, with the Chelsea fans, if he was to come in and not be the pivot? Because we were talking about this yesterday, and we said that Eden Hazard is probably a player that was the hub or the heart and soul of the team on that pitch, and him coming back, he may not have that role with Chelsea. So would that affect his legacy, do you think? And then that's to you, Hawkeye.
Okay.
Oh, it's of course it's a possibility. Of course it's a possibility. But I do not believe if Chelsea players want Hazard back, we're expecting him to play 30 games in a season, or we're expecting him to carry the team at the back, because we've literally seen what has been going on with him for about 2 years. So I do not believe we'll be expecting much from his return. Didier Drogba came back to the squad, to the side end. We were not expecting anything. Didn't affect his legacy. Scored a few important goals, but we knew he couldn't give us that same thing he used to give us those days. So I believe our expectations wouldn't be that much for him.
Fair enough. Boogeyman, go ahead.
Yeah, so we just pretend we don't care about his wages, right?
If that's the case, yeah. I listen. I love Boogie. I swear to you, I love Boogie because that's a curveball. That's a curveball.
Proper.
You know. Listen. We care. But what would you be happy with? What would you be happy with? Boogie?
Saul is getting what?
2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The problem is, and I agree with Jorge. Listen, the way our winger play at this point, they have to press. There's a lot of run, and Hazard is 30 years old, and he has a lot of injuries. There is a reason why Ancelotti, who spent, I'm pretty sure, a lot of time in EPL, cannot get anything out of Hazard at Real Madrid, where we think that that league is not as physical as EPL. So if Hazard is coming to Chelsea on a 100,000 a week, which I think, like me, I don't think I will ever see that much money in my entire life a week. So I think it's too much already. But again, if I base on all the salary pay in EPL, if Hazard accept that, I think it doesn't hurt him to come back and work his way back to the team and prove that he's the same Hazard we thought he was. But I'm pretty sure that he's not going to be pressing. But with all the injury crisis we've been through, and Chelsea is an elite club. Listen to us, how we criticize Lukaku, how we criticize Mendy for 2 or 3 mistakes, how we go after this, how we do this. So Hazard coming back with all his legacy and the way we love the guy, if we come back and he doesn't press, I guarantee you we'll be here yelling because we just don't want to see that. So is Hazard prepared to handle that? That's his problem. But me, I love the man. I love how friendly he is. I love the fact that he can take on someone 1v1, one of the best. And his understanding with Lukaku. In the Belgian team, I think he can maybe, I'm going to be a little offensive here. If Lukaku is waiting for the ball to be put on the line, goal line, so he can come and push it in, Hazard will offer that. Hazard will dribble everybody and put the ball on the line so he can push it in. So I don't mind Hazard coming back for that.
All right, listen. Before we continue, we have a tradition on the Blue Lounge. Whenever we host anyone who has a YouTube channel, we always do a little promotion for them. And since today we have Jorge with us, I'm going to put his link to his channel in the chat.
Thanks a lot.
So guys, this is Jorge's channel. Do us a favor, take a second. There's 116 of you currently in the chat. If every one of you clicks on that link, goes, subscribes, and comes back, you would make his day and you would make my day because
thanks a lot.
It's been a good contribution.
Yeah, can Jorge explain a little bit what exactly his content on his web?
Oh, okay. Yes. So basically, I just make Chelsea preview. I make lineup predictions and also outrageous score predictions, and I also make the reviews and a few thoughts of what I think based on transfer news and just general Chelsea content. Solely Chelsea content for now. Maybe later I could do more, but for now, just Chelsea content.
Big up to you.
What's that accent, guys? What's that accent? It sounds a bit Trini. Is that Trini?
No. I'm Nigerian.
Oh, it sounds okay.
All right, we got Couch Critic in the house. He hasn't said nothing yet, so big up to Couch. Welcome to the stream. How you doing, my man?
I haven't said a damn thing, man. I've been listening to you guys waffle on about Lukaku this, Lukaku that, Lukaku's great. Like, come on, man. Give the guy a break, man. Give the guy a break, man. Jesus. Poor guy. But I know we're onto this Hazard thing now. I just wanted to get the tone and tenor of what you guys were talking about before I made any comments. It looks like we're talking about bringing him back for 21 million. Is that the idea?
No. The story is Real Madrid have put a price tag on him. Guys, can you mute your mics, please? The story is that he has been...
West Ham away, West Ham.
Where's the audio coming from? Max Burton, put yourself on mute, please. Max.
I was shocked. I was hearing myself.
No, sorry.
Max is checking out the content.
Max is checking out the content.
No.
Yeah.
I subbed.
You subbed.
No, I did what you asked me to do. I went over and I subbed to his channel,
but you're supposed
and it just came up. So I just
put yourself on mute, innit, man? We're promoting him. We're not getting him to take over the channel, man. You know, having his content playing on my channel. You get me? The story. It's all good. It's all good. And you're being fancy with your OBS software, man. You know, little picture, Chelsea flag, and all that kind of. You know, wicked. Couch. Real Madrid have put a price on Eden Hazard, so they've said we'll sell him for 21 million. Whoever wants to buy him, that's the price for him. And apparently Everton are interested, Newcastle are interested.
He's not going to Everton. He's not going to Newcastle.
A team in Belgium. Yeah, a team in Belgium who just got promoted to their Premier League is also interested. So.
This just sounds like paper talk. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
This sounds like paper talk. There's no way Hazard is...
It's not paper talk in regards to the price. It's paper talk in regards to his potential destination. And then I'm just putting the question: should he be brought into the squad to maybe help Lukaku score some goals? And that's what we're addressing right now. So give me your opinion. Give me your thoughts.
I mean, I love Eden Hazard, man. He's one of my favorite all-time Chelsea players. Like. If he's close to my Rushmore, not quite there, but he's definitely right up there, as far as my Rushmore as Chelsea players go. But I mean, you can't look back right now. Like, we can't be looking back and trying to reminisce on what the days were like when Hazard was dribbling 4 or 5 guys and scoring goals. He's not that type of player anymore. The reason why he's not playing at Real Madrid is not because he's, the coach just doesn't fancy him. It's because he's not that same sort of player anymore. Like, it's not the same sort. Like, the Premier League is a much more physical league, much more faster. And Hazard has no ankles left. Like, let's be honest. Like, they said to him, if he had one more ankle operation, he's going to have to be forced into retirement. What are we buying him for? We already seen what happens to Pulisic. Like, game after game, he gets chopped down in a similar fashion to when Hazard was here. Look at what's happened with Havertz. You think that bringing Hazard back into the side is going to be any different? It's going to be the exact same. And then beyond that, I don't know if we can set up a system that would, basically keep our same sort of fluid system going where, everyone's kind of responsible, tight defense. Can we keep that and keep Hazard in a free role? Because we know he's not going to track back. That's just not his game. He doesn't really necessarily provide a lot in the defensive end. So do we have to devise a system around him to make it so that, we still, are defensively sound? And is it worth it? Like, what he's going to bring to the table worth it? You're going to have a striker up there as well if you have Lukaku up there who doesn't necessarily work as hard off the ball as well. So you have 2 people now in your starting 11 that don't necessarily want to be tracking the ball, running after the ball, harrowing after the ball. So I don't see this system working under the current setup that we have right now. I don't see how you can have Havertz, Lukaku, and then Mason Mount because he runs around a bit. Like, how does it work? I don't know. I love Hazard. I just don't think that he can come back into the side and make a meaningful contribution. It would just be for the morale of the club. I think that as supporters, we would love to have him back. Nobody ever wanted to see him go, to be honest. But I don't know if this is going to help push us over the top and get us to the title. So I'm going to say no. Sure. I think we need to go with somebody that's a little bit harder working off the ball. If we're looking at somebody bringing somebody, and I say Chiesa is a guy that makes most sense to me.
Yeah.
But
again, his wage bill, isn't it? Boogeyman, his wage bill.
Yeah, but you're looking at his wages versus Hazard's. Hazard's on like 400K. You know, it's not even debate. It's not even like close in terms of like how much you're paying for Hazard versus what you pay for Chiesa. That's what I'm saying. And I think Chiesa's younger. He's obviously he fits the profile of what we're trying to do at a football club right now, like the pressing and all that stuff. Like he'd be a hand in glove fit.
I totally agree. Chiesa would be the purchase or the acquisition for the future. That being said, I think Hazard may have a morale or motivational side to him. I mean, maybe him coming to the team may help some of these, especially the youngsters. I mean, he won't help the likes of Havertz, Werner, Ziyech, but he will have a massive impact on Reece James, on Mason Mount, on Chalobah, maybe Pulisic.
I don't know if honestly I don't know if that's true, man. Because like he's not only going to come in and disrupt the current like apple cart in terms of like the pecking order. It's not like how like he'll be taking minutes away from Pulisic. He'll be taking minutes away from Callum.
I don't think he'll be taking minutes away. I think I don't see him taking minutes away. I see him as listen, Hazard. Look, Hazard coming in for £21 million is pocket change for Chelsea. £21 million is nothing, all right, for Chelsea. Bringing him in for the wage issue, I think they can find a way to accommodate him. He will definitely take a pay cut, but we can accommodate him. I think if Hazard was to come into Chelsea, it'll be to come in to motivate, to assist, because him coming in as a player per se, I think we can do better elsewhere, and I think we will do better elsewhere. But I think he will be coming in for what Jorge was talking about in regards to Drogba and his second stint at the club. Drogba wasn't coming in for his goal contributions, for his goal scoring, but he was brought in to motivate the team, to give them that winning mentality that that he has, and Hazard has that.
So you think that Hazard comes here and sits on the bench like at Chelsea?
I think Hazard will come in for a rotational role. Yeah, I think he will, because he's been sitting on the bench at Real Madrid doing nothing. So I think he
might as well sit on the bench at Chelsea.
At Chelsea, yeah. At least he'll feel loved on the bench.
I don't see the point of bringing back a player that was so loved and revered and leaves us with so many good memories to sit him on the bench just to have him there, and then see the likes of like Pulisic. I think he just disrupts the whole chemistry of the squad, to be honest. I'm not going to lie to you. Like we are moved on. We have a younger team right now. The core of the team is very young. Bringing in somebody like Hazard right now, it just disrupts all of that. He's a figurehead at the club. Like you can't just leave him on the bench. You know what I mean? Like he's a real figurehead of the club. Like for the last 6, 7, 8, 9 years when he was here, he was the man. I don't know how you can just bring that back into the dressing room and not have it have some sort of like repercussion.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm putting it out there. I'm brainstorming.
I agree with Couch somehow, but I think Hazard coming back to the team is all down to Tuchel. If Tuchel see Hazard as a player in his team and he cannot handle it, then it says something about Tuchel.
I disagree. I don't think Tuchel would want Hazard anywhere near Chelsea. I think if Hazard does come to Chelsea, it'll be a Roman thing, not a Tuchel thing, because Tuchel would want to have the right players playing in his system, in his formation. Tuchel would go for Chiesa, but he wouldn't go for Hazard. I don't think Tuchel sees the value of having Hazard in regards to the morale boosting aspect of it. I don't think. I could be wrong. I don't know.
No. I don't think. Like if someone says, you see Cristiano Ronaldo going to Manchester United. I think he's 34 or 35. I mean, his work rate is something else. Like he can show that to the youngers. Like you have to hit the gym. You have to take your diet seriously. Hazard is not going to show any of those. We know who Hazard. All the coach has complained about him, and so Hazard's not going to give any.
Hazard will get them all to buy a PS5 and sit down and play FIFA with him all day, man.
So I don't think Hazard is going to show Mason Mount or show how to eat properly or how to go to the gym regularly, all those things. I don't think so. But I just think someone like Hazard, as like you said, he's not there as a full-time player. No, if I say that as like he's not there to challenge for the starting 11 all the time. We know he has an injury, then he is impacted somehow. So for me, I wouldn't mind him coming back if he accepts the condition, if he can go through Tuchel training sections and at least accept the condition and come in during this time when we have a lot of injuries and we need some creativity. I think why not? His wages scare me, but I'm not sure, man. I'm divided, to be honest. I love to see the guy, but I understand.
I want to hear a logical standpoint to this debate. So I'm going to bring in Bobby. Bobby, let me hear your point of view on this.
Thanks for calling me. I'm not logic, man.
No. A logical. You know what I'm talking about, Bobby. Come on, man. Bobby.
Yeah, I mean,
sort him out for me. Sort him out for me, man. Sort him out.
We've been with this Hazard thing before. Unfortunately, I think I'm a bit with Couch on this one. That ship has sailed, and we need to just wave goodbye to it and move on. Hazard is not known to be a sort of exemplary trainer like we had with Gianfranco Zola. So there's nothing he's going to bring from that angle to the younger players. He's a Chelsea icon, and he always will be. Would he come and be able to sit on the bench? Well, of course he will. But he's not quite the Didier Drogba. I mean, Didier did score goals when he came on, and Didier was a different type of character. I mean, he was like, he was so strong in the dressing room, on the side. He was almost like having another coach. So I don't think Hazard would do that either. So, he should just keep his legacy. 21 million says everything to me. If it's like the Saul situation. One thing I've learned from these Spanish sides is when they want to offload a player, they really chewed him up and they're just spitting him out. So I think Hazard will probably be best served thinking about calling it a day after the World Cup.
Yeah, makes sense. DJ, you want to comment on this? DJ,
sorry. Yeah. Sorry, bro. Yeah, listen. On the Hazard situation, again, I go along with both Dennis and Bobby on this. For me, I want to remember Hazard for what he did at the football club before he left us, before he made that move to Real Madrid, and I just think him coming back to the club, at 21 million, we're talking about a player that we sold for like over 100 million. Says everything you need to know, basically. So for me, him coming back, people can talk about saying, yes, he'll bring the experience to the younger players. He'll be doing this. But for me, I don't think he's one of those kind of people. For me, I mean, Drogba was a different situation altogether. As Dennis has alluded to, he was a presence. I'm not saying Hazard isn't a presence in his own little way. He would make some kind of impact. But for me, I think we have crossed that bridge of Eden Hazard. And I think for me, we should just let that one just go and just leave it, because as I want to remember him for what he did before he left the football club and what he achieved. So coming back, I don't think he'll be able to follow that same thing again. And would Tuchel really want him is the other question we got to ask as well.
Yeah. I don't think he would. All right, let me hear from Eric and MDT, and then we'll go over to the final topic, and that is the month of December. Eric, your thoughts on Hazard?
Yeah, just like DJ Sav said, it's a fantasy kind of scenario. It's never going to happen. Hazard will never play for Chelsea again. It's not realistic to expect anything if he does. It's just like a waste. Even if it's cheap, we can afford to waste the money, but there's no point. Why waste the money? So he's just not the same player. He's nowhere near the same player. I don't think he will have an impact on in our team. I think he'll have more of a negative impact than a positive one. I think the guys have already mentioned the reasons, the reasons why behind the scenes. People like Pulisic, for example. Think of how he keeps getting compared with Azar whenever whenever he does something on the pitch, whenever he's interviewed, he's always getting compared with him. I don't know if he would be, would Hazard being in the team motivate him to, yeah, exactly. I don't think he will be comfortable. It's like dead weight kind of, scenario. So I don't really see it. It doesn't make too much sense, even though I would love to see him back at Chelsea. So we just have to move on.
All right, fair enough. MDT, your thoughts on this Hazard thing?
Yeah, I disagree with Boogeyman, but I agree with Eric, Bobby, DJ, Couch, and Max and Hawkins, and more you too. But Boogie, I disagree with you.
Brother, no problem. And I take it too.
Yeah, but I love you guys anyway, so it's not a problem. It's all love. With the Hazard thing, for me, it's twofold. I agree with what you guys just said, but it's twofold. We have to be very careful. Real Madrid and Barcelona, they have a habit. When they want to recycle their squad, they don't look at the price. Like the 21 million is nothing to them. It's the wage. The 400,000 a week, 5-year contract, 4-year contract. They get rid of them. Remember, they send us Balletti and Deco. That helped Pep Guardiola to build that 2019. Real Madrid did the same thing when they want to get rid of their players. They get rid of Ian Robin, Snyder, and they build this Galactico team. Now, they want Pogba and them lot. They're trying to get Hazard off the wage bill, get Modric, I think, last contract, Cruz as well. So us signing Hazard is helping them in a way. So we want to dominate Europe. Why should we help them? And that's one thing. And the second thing is, for me, Hazard's legacy is cemented at Chelsea, but I don't want him back because this is a dangerous game. Eden Hazard will come to Chelsea. It might be okay to sit on the bench, but the pressure that will put on the manager, it will not be manageable. Fans will be calling for him.
Yeah.
And the media will be talking about it. And that's going to put pressure on the players and everybody, the club. It's a nice sentiment, but ideally it will be something else. To have someone like him, he's only 30. It's not like Drogba when he came back, he was 35. He's 30. And Drogba as well is a leader in the dressing room. Eden Hazard is still 30. He has another 2-3 years he wants to play. So would he accept bench role? He might say, okay. He might even take a pay cut. And right now, Chelsea we don't need Eden Hazard type of player. We don't need to build around any one player. And also right now with the players we have on our front line, we need runners. The next whatever type of players we need is runners. We don't need ball hoggers anymore. We need runners. The Salah, the Mane, those type of players we need to mix with the skilled ball hoggers we have. If we sign Hazard, that's like we just adding more to the type of players we have. We need to diversify, attack different way, have different options and things like that. So for me, that's my opinion. I love the guy. I always love him. He's a Chelsea legend. But let us just keep it that way. It's not a good idea to bring him back.
Do you know what, MDT? One of the worst things that can happen is for us to be sitting here this time next season and talking about Eden Hazard being a flop at Chelsea. Do you know how painful that would be to make to have a debate about that, and that is potentially what we're setting him up to be if we were to get him. So it's as a Chelsea fan, as a person who loved watching Eden Hazard on that pitch and doing the magic that he was producing, game in, game out, week in, week out. I'd love to see that again, but I don't think that that is there anymore. But again, it's a topic that hopefully we don't have to address in the future. We'll see how it pans out. Listen, guys, we have we're in December right now, and we've had our first fixture. This is what the month looks like. We've had a game against West Ham, which we lost, and we had a game against Watford, which we won. That's how we started the month of December. We have a game against Zenit this Wednesday. We've got Leeds on the weekend. Then we've got Everton on Thursday. And then we have Wolves on Sunday. We'll play in the League Cup against Brentford on the 22nd of December. And then we've got a Boxing Day fixture with Aston Villa away. And then we've got Brighton on the 29th of December. That's the fixtures that we have this month. So we've got a jam-packed month. Now, the next fixture is against Zenit. How do you guys see us approaching this? And I'm not going to go into a lot of detail. If everybody can give me your point of view within a minute and a half in regards to the games that we're going to address. So we'll start with Zenit, and I want you to tell me how you think we're going to approach it. Boogeyman, are you there? I can't see you. Okay, there you go. So we'll start with Boogeyman and work our way down the panel. Boogeyman, how do you think Chelsea is going to approach Zenit, and how important or how much importance do we put on this particular fixture? So take it away, Boogeyman.
I think we are in a stronger position in the Champions League as not as in EPL at this point.
Correct.
And a Zenit game should be just take as that. We are in a stronger position. And I think we should feel the team with the Barkley. Not that I say Barkley is not good enough, but I just think at this time
second
we should
string.
not be.
Second string play. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we the other guy also. I keep forgetting his name.
Saul
He's
Niguez.
what's up?
Saul Niguez.
Saul should travel. That for sure. Saul is he's been paid. He has to go to Russia. And there's an Chelsea academy. He's a mixed boy.
What position, Boogeyman?
During the preseason, he was playing as the centre back.
Oh, Lewis Baker.
Lewis Baker.
Baker.
Yeah, Baker.
Lewis Baker.
Lewis Baker. The Lewis Baker. All those people should be traveling, and even I think Thiago Silva, Jorginho should not even travel. Should just
First of all, Lewis Baker can't travel. He's not on the Champions League squad.
I think he is.
Yes, he is. He is.
He is. Yeah.
I think the list was given at the beginning, and he was in it. Yeah, so he has to travel, and anybody that's set on the bench most of the time have to travel because, for me, anyways, personally, EPL become my biggest priority. Whether we come second on the Champions League, I will not like it. It's dangerous. But whether we come second or not, I think with Kante back, Kovacic back, and with
your watch isn't working properly, mate.
My watch?
Your watch, yeah. I said a minute and a half. You've been talking for 5 minutes, man. What's up with that?
Yo.
Boogie, I'm joking. Boogie.
So, exactly.
So what I understand from you is Zenit game, second string, focus on Leeds. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, for me, we need to focus on the lead game and not worry too much about it. But I think whatever team we filled up with at Zenit, we should just play in a way that we don't get scored on. Even if we have to change the system a little, just bring those kids to in Russia and let's bring 1 point, or even possible we can nick the 1-0 and just win it. But I'm pretty sure even if we finish second in the Champions League, with Kante, Kovacic, and our full team coming back, we should be able to take on anybody like Bayern Munich, even Manchester City. If we have a full team, those people should be scared of us.
I understand that. I mean, see, the thing is this. We're looking right now at 4 fixtures. I've got 4 fixtures on the screen, and this is really what I wanna focus on. The priority from the first 2 is Leeds, correct?
Yep.
All right. Now, if you look at the second 2 fixtures, you got Everton and then you got Wolves. Now, play Leeds doesn't have an impact on Everton because you can literally play the same team that plays Leeds. You can play them again against Everton because you have a big gap
I disagree with you. The problem.
One second, Boogie. The issue is this: who do you focus on? The home fixture with Everton or the away fixture with Wolves? Because the Wolves fixture is on Sunday, which is 3 days after the Everton fixture. Do you see what I mean? So give me your priorities here. How would you prioritize this?
You mean you asked me to prioritize just in EPL?
No, these four fixtures. How do you?
For me, Zenit does not matter at this point. Zenit does not matter to me.
Good. All right. So Leeds is priority. Okay.
Yeah. For me, Leeds.
Yeah.
And the next will be Everton. And the other thing is, people talking about we're playing Everton, we're playing Leeds on the 11th, and then the 60 after we're playing Everton. In December right now, I think our players are already at their physical limit for some reason, and they're all injury prone. They're getting injured really easily. So I don't think it matters if it is 6 days, 7 days between two games. We just have to make sure if we don't need a player, especially in a Zenit game, that player should not be traveling. He should not be rest, give a massage, and all those things. And against Leeds, we play the best we can because we need to win it. And then and against Everton, we play our best also, and hopefully we have a few injuries like Kovačić and or Kante back into the team. So for me, Zenit out, not out, but we don't care about them. Next priority is Leeds. But if for some reason, like the game against West Ham, actually, I think I don't have any complaint when it comes to Tuchel himself, because the sub he did were needed at that time. For some reason, the entire game did not respond to, did not end up being a good game or winning. But at the same time,
this is like 5 hours of 1 minute. Come on, man. What is this? Come on.
The thing is, if I say anything, is Boogeyman's gonna get upset, and I don't know. I don't want Boogeyman to get upset.
I have a lot of hater here, so I'll just stop now.
We love you, Boogie, but Mo, come on.
Just taper it off a bit, man. Taper it off. There's lots of people that can still speak.
I was not. Mo, just tell them that I was not here last stream, so I'm taking my time.
What don't you tell them? You tell them. You defend
yourself. Guys, man. I was not here last stream, so show some respect, man. Okay, next.
All right. Okay. You have a minute and a half.
Of course.
If you were to take it half an hour, there's nothing I can do about it.
No. Of course.
Same as what I said to Boogeyman. Just give me your priorities here. Yeah.
Yeah. So while I was even watching the West Ham game, I was already pre-thinking how these games were going to go. So I felt like the second half substitutions Tuchel made, the team we finished the West Ham game with, I think that is what Tuchel is going to field against Zenit, because I feel like it needs to find something back. So we've been out of touch for a few games past. So I feel this Zenit game will be that game it would like to, to make that statement that we're back on track. Yes, we'll have loads of substitutes, but I feel like we'll have lots of them, subbed off, because we can make 5 substitutions in the second half. And I feel that game is going to tell us what we're going to see against Leeds, against Everton, and possibly, hopefully, against Wolves. So that's what I think.
Your priorities here would be Leeds over Zenit, Everton, Wolves. Where would you play your strongest side, for Everton or for Wolves? Because they're very close to each other.
I think it wouldn't be a problem, actually. It wouldn't be a problem, but I'll play my strongest side against Wolves, because of course we're going away, very hectic stadium again, away fans. So I think I'll play. Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. Cheers, Eric. Eric Blue.
Yeah. Sorry. To add to what Hawkes was saying, I think that the Zenit match might be an opportunity to test some things, to try out some things. So I know it's important to bounce back.
Would you play Lukaku on the Zenit game?
I would. I've wanted Lukaku to start for three matches now. I keep saying I don't think he should be coming off the bench, because it's like we're playing with 10 men. There's no point. So, I don't really see the benefits. There's literally no benefit in bringing him off the bench to get fitness. I just don't see why that is beneficial in any way. I don't understand. So I think he should start against Zenit. I think he has to start. And I keep trying to say that I just want to see something different. Boogeyman said a very long time ago in the stream that Lukaku has just decided not to move around. He's just decided to play differently for Chelsea than he plays for any other team. And I'm not sure why he came with that. He made that conclusion. But I'm hoping that he's wrong, and I'm hoping that Tuchel tells Lukaku to do something different and tells the team to try and find
Lukaku, I was going to say Lukaku listened to Tuchel, but that's a different story. All right,
Look,
cheers.
okay, yeah. So I haven't finished. Yeah.
Tell me. Yeah, no. I get that. So you prioritize the leads. The two fixtures, Everton, Wolves. Who's your priority?
I can't. There's no priority. I think we need to. We have to take both matches very seriously. The Wolves one is difficult because I think we lost to them last season. That was when Lampard was, Lampard was in trouble around that time. So I think we need to.
A draw.
No, we lost.
And we beat them.
Tuchel drew.
No, we lost 2-1.
It was a draw.
We lost 2-1 with Frank.
We lost 2-1 away from home. Yeah. So that's when Frank was in trouble. It was around this time as well, December. I remember we went 1-0 up. I think Giroud scored, and then they equalized, and then they won.
Neto.
Almost before exactly. Neto scored.
Guys, did Eric complain when Boogeyman was talking too long? Did Eric complain?
No. Eric did not complain. I'm waiting for Bobby. I have my timer on, man.
I look. I don't think I'm
because you talk too much, Boogeyman. Gosh.
Yeah, Boogeyman was going for like 10 minutes. So
always.
Eric, can you wrap it up, please?
Sorry. I'll wrap it up. So there can be. I don't think we can prioritize any match, even though it's very difficult. But you can't. It's the Premier League. You can't prioritize it because we are trying to win the title. If you're trying to win the title, you can't prioritize a Premier League match over another Premier League match. So that's it.
Cheers, MDT.
Yeah. For me, with this Zenit game, I think keep Mendy at home, keep Thiago at home, keep Rudiger at home. Obviously, Reece James. And Robin and Jorginho. For me, them 6 or 7 should be staying, and the wing back should be the academy players. And whatever you do, whether the wing back should be the academy players. And I think we have enough players in defense. Marlon Sarr can come in, Aspi and whatever. Aspi's experience can help them out. For me personally, that's what I think should be.
Mo, would you even play a different formation so we don't have to use so many defenders?
Yeah. But if you want to keep the formation as well, he can do that. But for me, I think he should look at this game. He can experiment things, and I think even Lukaku, even though he's not fit, I think give him run around. Even he can play for first half is fine because we have 5 substitutions. Play him to try to get his fitness back, and Pulisic as well. Give him 45 minutes, things like that, to get his fitness back because we only have Hakim Ziyech, Cho, and Mount in our attack who are 100% fit. Everybody else is not. So these are the 3 fit players we have in our attack. So for me, the priority is Leeds. After Leeds, then Everton. After Everton, then Wolves. That's how I think it should be. The priority is the first game, that's the priority. Then the next one becomes the priority. For me, as far as I'm concerned, that's how I think.
Fair enough. And thank you for staying within the time frame. Appreciate that. All right, Bobby, let me hear it.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite simple. Following on from Mo, fitness is key this month. People like Rudiger, Thiago, they shouldn't travel. They probably will, but I don't think they should. And we should just play the likes of Baker, Barkley, Aspi on the field to bring experience. I don't care whether Lukaku plays or not. We go up there, we park the bus, just like they park the bus down here. We try and see if we can get something, and if we don't, it's not the end of the world. The issue is to be able to beat Leeds at the Bridge, get our injured players back, fit, ready to get us through a very, very difficult month of December.
All right, fair enough. DJ?
Yeah, echoing what everyone else has been saying. For me, yeah, the Leeds game is the important one for me. I think the game against Zenith we're talking about experimenting here. This could be very much the game where you may see Sal Niguez being put as a left back this game because of Alonso's injury. Because of an injury. So I don't know who else can deputise for him in that position. But yeah, for me, that is the priority, is the Leeds game. We need to still get a win. Try and still beat Zenith. But even if we get a draw down, it's not the end of the world. But for me, the 3 Premiership games are a priority.
Right, sweet. Cheers, DJ. Couch?
Yeah, I want to bring light to what's going on, because I'm still thinking about Champions League in a different way, and I know that the club is not looking at it the same way that we might be looking at it. Like, there's money at stake here. Win, lose, or draw, there's money at stake.
£1 million.
You win the game, you win £1 million. If you draw, you split the spoils, and if you lose, you get like a portion, but not as much. So I know the club's going to be thinking about winning that game. I know that. For me, I hear you guys. I think that we should be prioritizing the Leeds game. I don't care if, they can bring freaking Bakayoko back if they can to play this like Zenit game. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. But the other thing to consider too is like where we finish in the group. If we finish first in the group, the probable opponents at this point in time is PSG, Porto, Sporting, Inter Milan, Barcelona, Villarreal, Salzburg. And if we finish second, the opportunities are to play Ajax, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Lille. So, to be honest with you, I'm looking at it. I know we'd have to get lucky, but if we finish second in the group, I think the draw's better there. To be honest, like there's a better chance of getting a team like Lille or something like that. I'm not disrespecting anyone in the competition, but I think we can handle those guys. So that's something to take into consideration. First or second, there's not really much difference in terms of where you finish. So you really just have to prioritize this Leeds game because the league form is taking a bit of a dip. And yeah, I was listening to what was on the stream with you guys yesterday. We were talking about this, and I was like, yeah, Champions League, man. We have to think about Champions League because of the money, the prize money. But to be honest with you, I've changed my tune right now. I see where you guys are coming from. This is about this Leeds game right now. It has to be about it because the league form is paramount right now. We've already assumed qualification with the Champions League, and now we just got to get our league form up and running again. As far as the Everton and Wolves games go, they're all important. Like, not one is more prioritized than the other. Like, the Leeds game, Everton game, and Wolves game are all important. We're going to have to find an assortment of players to play all 3 of those matches, and there's going to be rotation involved as well. But I can't prioritize one over the other when you're talking about those 3 games.
All right, fair enough. The last question I want to ask you guys, and this is open to everyone, so it's not down the list. We have Brentford in the Carabao Cup. Then you got Aston Villa and Brighton. Now, I'm not going to talk about Liverpool, Man City, and Spurs. We'll leave that for a different time. But do we give this game the same attitude as we're going to give Zenit, or do we give the Carabao Cup an emphasis? It's quarterfinals, so it's 3 games away from winning a trophy. That's how we need to look at it. It's 3 games away from winning a trophy. Do we play a weakened team, or do we play a strong side? Keeping in mind we have Aston Villa 4 days after, and I think.
What's the game before? 3 days before.
Wolves 3 days before. So it's very, very intensive. 3 days before it, we're playing Wolves, and 4 days after, we're playing Aston Villa. So how do you guys approach it? And I want to hear from everyone.
Depends who's back from injury. That's why we have to get our injuries back.
Yeah,
I think it's an important game. Silverware is always important.
Very.
But if we get people like Kovačić back, maybe a bit of Kante, then we go for it. Whatever the state of the team, we go for it. We're Chelsea. We've got to go to win. That's why fitness throughout this month is so important, and we can't afford to sacrifice players in a game that we don't really need to win. And from what I saw of Juventus today, I'm really wondering if they can even beat Malmo anyway.
What?
Bobby,
I saw that.
Bobby,
Is it
the
so true? Is it a way?
The question is this. If we win again, if we beat Brentford, we are going to be playing. We're going to have more fixtures because we're going to have 2 more fixtures, or at least 2 more, at least 1 more fixture this season. But the issue is this. Putting out a team that can beat Brentford may cause us to drop points against Villa. Would you risk it?
Yeah.
You'd risk it, okay.
Yeah, because we're talking January, right?
No, December.
Do we have all these fixtures in December?
Yes. Yes.
Some of them spilling January, surely.
No, it's just on the screen. It's the Liverpool game. That's in January. Everything else is December.
Of December.
Wow, that's tough.
Yeah. We have a lot of fixtures this morning.
Yeah, we do. That's why you don't send players out on loan willy nilly.
We might not even have the choice to rotate the way we might just rotate anyway because we just have to. So it's not even. It's a very difficult situation, man.
Yeah, and Sal Niguez needs to get his game up. This is it. This is it, boys. This is why we have the big squad. We're in it now. So we've got to survive. What can we do?
Listen, I disagree with Bobby somehow, but I think I will
somehow you still haven't figured it out yet, but you will eventually.
Come on.
I disagree with Bobby. Let me repeat it. I disagree with Bobby somehow, but I think Brentford game is in December, and at this point, I think we'll treat that game as we treat I will treat it as Zenit game also. I'll bring all our second bench out so they can play that game. That is because at this point, I don't think I'm willing to field against. I think it was who do we have after Brentford? Aston Villa.
Aston Villa after Brentford, yeah.
And I'm not risking filling up an injury play or half a fit play against Aston Villa.
Gerrard.
For me, it's going to be it's always going to be a EPL for me.
Brentford might also rest their players because they need to not get relegated, right? So we might not.
For me, I won't go full on Brentford. I will not fill up my best team. No.
Yeah, and Ivan Toney's injured.
Oh, that's even better.
Brentford, I'm in 12th place.
He's got COVID. He's got COVID. He's not actually injured.
That's not.
I mean, they're okay now, but we'll see what happens for the rest of the season.
Did you guys all see Newcastle winning their first Premier League game?
Yeah.
They celebrated like they've won the Champions League.
What do you expect, Mo? Their first victory, mate. What do you expect?
They have to start if they don't want to end up in a Premiership.
No, it's levels, isn't it? It's proper levels, man. I mean, go on, MDT.
Yeah, so the Brentford game, I'm not even worried about that so much because I believe that we have some players in our youth team that are back, didn't go on loan. They're not young players. They have experience playing in League One or League Two. I believe that we can play some of them in that Brentford game, and they should be able to handle that game.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that could be a match for Abiamba?
Yeah, why not?
I'd love to see him. I'd love to see him get even the Zenit game. Even the Zenit game. Yeah.
No, I don't know if he can go to Zenit, can he?
The thing is, you can register the players a week before the game.
Okay.
A week before the
Only
game.
the youth players, though. Only the youth players.
Yeah, youth players.
Oh, then we should take him.
Is Mbayaba training with our first team on a regular basis?
Yes.
Not on a regular basis. Not on a regular basis. He has been in and out.
He only covered when there's injuries. Like right now, he's doing it.
And I know he's in the squad for the.
That's enough for me. If he's doing it right now, that's enough for me.
Yeah.
The basic problem we're getting with this rotation.
Yeah, but
the system.
Let me throw one thing in the spanner here. Our youth team are struggling. They might get relegated, which is a disaster for our academy. That's why sometimes I will be thinking, Tuchel might promote some of them. I believe that's why some of them is leaving them, is for them to, because we're struggling. For the first time in 15 years or so, we are struggling. We might get relegated. So that's another problem we face.
That's not right.
Our academy getting relegated to...
They might, because they're struggling in the league. We don't have the players. We send them all on loan, or we sold some of them. So we don't have the players we used to have in the academy, 18, 19, like the top ones. They're all out.
Hold on. I just don't understand.
Wait, Boogeyman. Wait. I want to ask one last question, and then we'll end the stream. One last question. And this is something that we've spoken about regularly, but we haven't really given it focus. It's a topic that we kind of digress into, but I want to give it a little bit of focus, maybe 20 minutes. Is Chelsea loaning out? Is Chelsea sending out players that they shouldn't be? Is Chelsea playing with a skeleton crew? Is our squad a skeleton crew? Are we putting ourselves in a bad position when it comes to a month like December? Should we have planned ahead for this? We are talking about buying players, about getting players in January, when we actually have those players in our team. I'll give you an example. We're talking about getting Chiesa to come in when we actually have a very good attacking midfielder in Gallagher that we've sent to Crystal Palace. Now I know. I mentioned Gilmore. I think it was yesterday, and Bobby Riley said that he wanted to go out alone. But we don't. A player can want to do something, but a club can refuse. A club can put his foot down. We have a lot of players that are being spread out, being sold, being loaned, that we actually need within our squad. I think the way Tuchel is playing, he's not Conte. I think Conte played 23 players or 24 players in his title-winning season. I mean, yes, we didn't have European football, but he kept it small. He kept the squad small. Tuchel doesn't play with a small squad. Tuchel plays with a big squad because Tuchel likes to rotate. We have injuries. We have a lot of matches. Should Chelsea go back to playing with big squads? Because if you guys remember, and I think it was under Gullit or under Vialli when we were rotating on a rota system. So players would be rotating because we had so many players in our squads.
It's Ranieri, isn't it?
Was it Ranieri?
Yeah, they called him the Tinkerman for it.
Tinkerman, exactly. And then we started to streamline our squads. Season after season after season, we started seeing our squad get smaller and smaller and smaller. Now, I have no issue with that. Streamlining, cutting down on costs, cutting down on redundant players. Okay, but right now, I mean, especially this season is jam-packed with games. And we don't have the players. Because, I mean, really, against Zenit, we should be able to play, our B team. But we don't have a B team. Really, we don't have a B team. All the players that are in our squad are, players that we rely on and depend on. And when they're injured, we're in trouble. So, give me your thoughts on this, lads, and we'll give it 20 minutes.
I mean, for me, I think the fact that we started this season with 6 competitions. You need your full squad. You need a big team. It's as simple as that. Injuries are always going to play a part in this, Mo. In the season, at some point, it was going to happen to us. I just think, like we always do, we just loan too many players out. And you just made a great point there. We're going after Chiesa, as you're saying, and there's a player of Gallagher who we let go out on loan when we could have basically stayed at the football club. Mattison, another one who no one said that, no one knew it was going to happen to Ben Chilwell, but look, it's happened. He could have maybe stayed on. I mean, there are players that should have really stayed on. Ampadu, another. But we just seem to have let a lot of them go. So, yeah, I mean, for 6 competitions that we're playing this season, I, for one, think we should have kept our squad big. just for this reason, because now it's starting to hit us now, as we can see.
I totally agree.
Sorry, Bobby. Boogeyman has to go, so I'll let him come in before he leaves us. Boogeyman, go ahead, mate.
The thing is, it should have been done better. This season, we see how important it is to have all your players available, whether they are half good, whether they are really, really good. You just keep them around because you never know what's going to happen. What happened this season, I think it will be a lesson for the next season. Because at the beginning of the season, Billy going on loan, I was hesitating. But then when I get the reason why he has to go, I was content with it. Same thing for Conor Gallagher going on loan. I wasn't really happy about it. But then when I heard the reason why he has to go, he has to develop. He has to show what exactly he got into foot. So he went in and showed what he is really capable of. So those things, at one point, you just have to say, yeah, I want to see what exactly the hype about this kid is about. So they went and show what they can do. But I just think this season has shown something. We've been there's too many games in one season to just think. And the Tuchel system is one of those systems where you just keep running. As good as you are, for Tuchel system to work, he has to have a lot of players to make that system work. So if Tuchel is going to be our coach next season, the season after, and we need to we need to provide him with the quality and also the number, not just few players. So for me, I'm not mad. I seem like we're going to go through a really turbulent December and even January. But I think at the beginning of the season, I wasn't worried about all those players going on loan. And now I understand, and I hope the Chelsea board also understand what's going on there. And next season, they won't repeat the same mistake. Yeah, guys, thanks for having me.
Cheers, Boogie.
I will
Much
see
love.
you guys next. And Hockey,
take it easy,
you're
Boogie, man.
welcome
Peace out,
to
bro.
come back. I disagree with anything you said today, and so does MDT. But love for the other panelists. I only have love for the other panelists. MDT,
I still love you.
Are out of that thing, man. I love you guys.
Big up.
Peace out, Boogie, man, bro. Take care.
Big up. All right, Bobby. Let's hear it, Bobby.
Yeah, I mean, I've been an advocate for this for a long time. I'm always kicking and screaming. I don't like the get rid of brigade, as I call them. Send, game time, because I know there's going to be the game time. And this December is a classic example. We have these players. It's not like we're going to have known A-list players sitting on our bench. Chelsea have the youth players per se, the academy graduates per se, that are capable of sitting on the bench. And because they're not starting a season playing, doesn't mean to say that they're not going to end the season probably flat on their feet. And we're seeing it now. What can we do about it? Right now, nothing. We're going to have to flog what we've got and pray we can make it through. City have learnt that lesson because they've exercised their squad depth excellently, and they're looking in the best position to survive December. Plus, they're out of their cup, the League Cup, so they have that one less game. But we've got to go for everything and just pray that those that are walking, wounded, manage to survive, and the wounded manage to come back. That's all. But as Boogeyman said, we've learned the lesson. I hope we have. I don't know if we can get back the likes of Ampadu. Connor, I know he's gone for the season. Gilmore, I know he's gone for the season. Ampadu, I'd like to think he'll come back, but it's unlikely. So we're yet again going to waste money bringing in players when we've got them already to beef up the squad.
Yeah. Ampadu, I mean, okay, Gilmore wanted to go, but Ampadu, sending him to Italy and then bringing in Saul Niguez was baffling.
Just before I go, there's just one more thing. Do you know that we have fans talking about getting rid of Ross Barkley in January. This is insanity.
Yeah,
I know.
You think that the games are going to dry up all of a sudden?
But Bobby, the issue I have is this: our fan base doesn't seem to see the players and the development and their performances. Ross Barkley, rightly so, the team wanted to loan him out or sell him at the start of the season. Rightly so. Ross Barkley coming into the team now and performing the way he has performed, for me, I don't want to see Ross Barkley anywhere near a transfer list or a loan list. Absolutely. I want to see him in the team. End of the season, if you want to discuss that, fair enough. If you want to, if he wants to go, if you want to sell him, but right now, Ross Barkley is performing for us. He is performing. So why get rid of him? Why? And that's that's why I don't understand. I mean, we have a section of our fan base that don't care, regardless of how a player is performing, what the situation of the club is. Let's sell. Let's buy this. Let's do this. It's not about that. It's not FIFA. It's not. You know what? FIFA is the worst thing that's happened to football. I'm serious. It's the worst thing that's happened to football, especially the Ultimate Team. Bloody hell. Listen, guys. It's been a fantastic stream. 2 hours, 45 minutes. It's been a pleasure to have Jorge on the stream with us today.
Yes, sir.
So thank you for taking part. We will definitely see you in future streams.
Sure.
The guys in the chat, have we hit 100 likes yet? You know what? We haven't even hit 100 likes. 93 likes. We are 7 likes away from 100. Why do you guys always make me beg for likes? I mean, seriously. We've had over 150 people in the stream throughout, and you guys didn't hit 100 likes. Come on, lads, let's do it. Let's get us to 100 likes before we bounce. Let me see what we are like on subscribers on the stream. I think we are 3 subscribers away from 8,500. We are on 8,497. 3 subscribers away from hitting the 500 milestone. So if you haven't subscribed and you're enjoying this content, big up to you, and hit that subscribe button. It would be really appreciated. Lads, 3 more. Lads, we need to focus this month. This is a tough month coming up. December is a tough month. It's a blessed month, a month of joy and love and happiness and all that good stuff. But I need it to be a month of 3 points back to back for Chelsea. So hopefully we'll get that. So Secret Santa, get the Blue Lounge some 3 points. Big up to everyone. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next stream. Have a good night and take care. And
take care, guys. Peace out, everyone.
Goodbye, guys.
Peace.
Peace.